As- Um, okay, basically, let me just um, concentrate on direct stuff. This is basically one of those sessions where we have been consistently giving on an upskilling series. This is upskilling series, if I have to say. And as part of upskilling series, we have been giving multiple sessions, and one of these sessions is where how can we pursue IT career with a non-IT background. So this is the topic, and coming to me, this is me. I go by Riyaz. I have around 20 years of experience, IT experience. I did my engineering in computer science, and I did my master's in computer science in from US, Arizona State University. And right now, I'm working as a senior data architect, and that's my LinkedIn profile. I think you have all got. I got a lot of requests over the past few days, and you can connect with me on that LinkedIn and post any message if you have anything. But don't expect an immediate answer. Uh, I I uh, I log in very occasionally. I'm not a very active user there. So, but I do respond back whenever I get a chance. So that's my background. So before I start, okay, one basic question is, um, why do you want to change to an IT career? I mean, I want to keep it open. I want to keep it interactive. And one of you can unmute, or any of you can unmute and tell me, why do you want to change to an IT career? What is your reason of wanting to switch to an IT career? I'll just, I mean, unmute yourself and let me know. Or maybe you can type the chat and let me know. That is also possible. I just want to hear it out. I know I interact with a lot of people, and I know why they want to change, but I want to hear your response. 47 people are there online. Give me a reason why do you want to, or what is your reasoning of why do you want to change to an IT career?
Hi, good packages actually.
Okay, good job opportunity, good packages. Okay, anybody else?
Assalamu alaikum. This is Haja sir, Haja Shoda Muhammad.
Ji.
Actually, we just wanted to change our thing to build up a career.
Ji.
And also, nowadays, what happened in this industry, earning industry, is nobody is asking for a practical. Everybody wants an IT career person.
Okay, I know everybody wants to be an IT
Yeah,
person. That's the reason I want to ask,
yeah.
why do you
This
want
is
to be an
very,
IT person? Yeah.
just to, we are a family person. We want to actually see our children's future also to be built up into, because nowadays the world is going towards another way. It is not looking into practical things. It is looking into most of probably into a IT thing, wherein we wanted to educate and want to go with the economy and world.
Okay. Okay.
It would be
I got it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Fair
Actually,
enough. Fair enough.
what people say.
I'm losing your voice.
Is
I don't know
you have to
myself.
work with everybody.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ji.
What's my actually question? What my answer is? See, we
Yeah.
have to work with everybody where the path is going, right? See, we cannot change our earning opportunity into another field instead of where the world is going.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
that must
Sure.
be that must be a valid reason, like.
Sure. Sure. Everybody have their own reasons. I just wanted to hear it out. Okay. I got to hear from Khaja, and I'm just looking at the chat itself because of growth prospects, good career growth, interest in technology. Okay, because it is playing a major role in all aspects. In order to get a good job is the best one to be in the mad rat race. Yeah, everybody's in mad rat race. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Dr. N.S. Kumar. I don't know. Doctor is doctor or is it PhD doctor? Hello.
The doctor in civil engineering.
Doctor in civil engineer. Very good. Very
Yes, yes,
nice.
yes, earthquake engineering. I am the director of research for 35 years. Gaussian
Very
College of
good.
Engineering.
Very good. Very good.
Yes.
Nice to
So
hear you,
all
sir.
my students are going towards that. I am a civil engineer. So I want to know how to apply that to my field. I have produced some 4 5 PhDs. I am
Ah,
using that ANN, artificial neural network, fuzzy logic,
hmm,
algorithm, AI, all
hmm.
I am learning because we have to be with the rat race. If not, we can't
Ah,
attract our students.
okay. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Nice to hear.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Sure. Anybody else? How many are the students here? Like, just graduated or looking for job from different fields and trying to um, okay. Sabik is there, student. Yeah. Uh, I think Khaja, sir, maybe you might want to switch off your video. Your video is on. I don't know, Motorola Moto G40 Fusion.
Yeah, video is on, sir.
Yeah, you may switch it off just in case for the sake of okay.
Okay, I switch it off.
Roshni Khan, okay, student. I'm a student in BBA field. Okay, I'm a fresher. Mubashir. Okay. Uh, okay. I have okay. I see. Abdul Malik, you raised hand. Do you have any question as of now? Okay. I see a range of people here, starting from students to experienced people here, and even from a range of fields from an IT, from non-IT backgrounds. Even professors have done my graduation in mechanical engineering. Okay, sure. Uh, I see. I have presented these sessions a couple of times. I mean, maybe 4 or 5 times. This is my fifth time I'm presenting this session here. I had to remove few slides because when we started this career, when we started this session, it was immediately after the pandemic. Okay. And immediately after the pandemic, what happened? Pandemic brought lot of changes in the way how uh, how work is carried out in the companies. Okay. I have been in the IT field. I mean, though I was in IT field, working from home was something not a facility. It was a privilege. Very few used to get it. Very few used to get exception to work from home. And pandemic drastically changed the way we were working. Okay. Uh, Most of us couldn't get out of the home, and a lot of the companies, had to force their employees to work from home. Okay, and then uh, the companies which were technologically aware, it was not a problem for them. They had to enable few controls, and then most of the employees were able to log in to their office from homes and were able to work it out. But the companies that did not had any technological facilities in their company, they also had to think about how can I enable um, IT facilities or digital facilities in my company so that my business keeps running and I don't have to ask people to come to office. So after pandemic, what happened? I mean, during pandemic, we know 2 years was very crucial period. It was a very difficult time for all of us to go through. But from a business perspective, imagine, if person is not coming to office and his business has to run, that's a very difficult situation. So everybody had or was forced to think that, how can I enable remote work to my office? And that brought a lot of changes in the way companies had to think about themselves. Most of the companies, like IT companies or like technologically aware companies, it was not a problem for them. It was an opportunity for them. But the technologically not aware or technologically not imbibed, technical abilities not imbibed in the company, they had to change their ability, or they had to introduce IT into their companies. When I say IT into their companies, a lot of the things, the way they work, a lot of the things, the way they handle day-to-day operations, that had to be digitized. That had to be, there was a digital transformation, and the need for a digital transformation was essential for all the companies to survive. Okay, and that digitization of their work brought a lot of opportunities for people to come into IT. But the problem is there were very less people, high demand, and at that point of time, after pandemic, when the market opened up, there was a, like somebody had said, mad rush, right? It really started a mad rush, in the sense people who are very familiar with IT knowledge were getting packages like anything, were getting offers like anything, and that forced a very spike in the career graph, like TCS, Wipro, and all these companies. They were hiring IT people like anything, and that really continued for like about 2 3 years. But after this war started, the Ukraine and Russia war, most of the companies that were investing in their research developments, this war has impacted each and every one. And maybe we may not be directly experiencing the effects of the war, but it had an impact on the companies, the way they used to think about, though the digitization is an essential part of the company, but for the last 5 6 months, there has been hold in an IT career, in the sense, you know, um, people have not been hiring that well in the last 4 to 5 months, if I have to say. But the demand is still there. The need for a people with a very good understanding of an IT is there, and whoever can have a very good hold, they are still surviving it, and they are able to still get good offers right now as well. So why change to IT career? One simple answer: better prospects. Better prospects in respect to work, better prospects in respect to facilities, and about top of all, better prospects in terms of money. Okay. A lot of things have changed, and money does bring a lot of facilities and abilities, and people are looking for change into IT career, because, like, compared to others, it looks like IT people earns more. Why I have said it looks like, because that's how it looks like. But actual reality is a different in whatever field you are. If you are exception to that field, when I say exception to that field, when compared to others, you have much better knowledge of that field, you can shine in that field. I'm not the main purpose of this session is not about you leave your field and come to IT. No, IT is just an enabler, if I have to say. It just enables things. But the crux of the business is much more than an IT part. Okay. So wherever you go, whatever you do, like for example, Flipkart, Amazon, like, all these things are run using, digital apps, but the business is different, right? So business is retail business, and they are doing it. Geo, when Geo came, the way Geo came, it really revolutionized the way telecom operation works. But it was not like, the way we used to recharge our phones. Geo changed the way it did. And how did it did? It launched an app. You just have to recharge, give your number and recharge, and immediately within a minute, it used to happen. Before that, how do we used to recharge? We used to go to a shop, give him money, and then he used to do the recharge. Now, everybody can recharge from their own things. So digitization changes the way it works, and it eases the way work. Now, the but but actual business is telecom business, and telecom has nothing to do with IT, right? So this is all enablement of the business. The more digitization you do, the more digital transformation your business has, the more better prospects the business is there for surviving in this market. Whatever market, like why Geo is capturing, or why Reliance is capturing, or why some other business is capturing, or why Flipkart is capturing, why Amazon is capturing. I mean, it's all because, like, the way the digitization works. Like, you are ordering Zomato and Swiggy, right? It's all enablement of an IT business. I mean, in end of the day, it's a hotel business, but you have to get delivered, and how do you easily get delivered is enablement of that business. Okay, so businesses will still be there, right? Whatever business is there, it still be there, but the business to prosper and grow, it has to have that digital transformation of that. They need to enable that business in whatever way possible for the customers to use it. Okay, so when it comes to the demand of the business will still remain, but the only businesses that can survive in this rapidly changing environment is they have to adopt to latest technologies. And the latest technology is, how do they adopt the latest whatever the softwares or businesses or whatever I have to say, like, they have to digitally transform their business. It's just not paper and pen kind of a thing anymore. It's just not like, account book anymore. They have to digitize everything, the reports, the accounting, the reporting, everything has to be digitized. So that's where the demand for an IT career comes. Okay, and the only people IT career can survive in IT is the ones who are consistently upgrading themselves, consistently changing themselves to the need of the business. Okay. Now, the first thing, the thing that comes to our mind, that if I need to change to an IT career, how can I change to IT career, right? Or if I have to put in another way, we are from India, right? And most of our Indian parents, like, I'm not a latest product. I am, um, my father, or if I have to give a random example, one of my relative, you know, he started his career in a bank. When he was 23 years after he graduated, he started his career in a bank, and then he retired in bank. You know, and similar case, like, most of us know, right? If I know another relative, he got a government job and he settled in that government job, same company, same job, same office. For the 40 years he went to the uh, same office. He started from a lower position in that government office, and then he retired, maybe 3 or 4 promotions in his life, and then he retired in that office. So that's how the mindset is. Our mindset is like, if I am good at one thing, I'm only good at that thing. I cannot think of other thing. It's generally an attitude of a Indian mentality that, okay, I studied mechanical, I need to look for a career in mechanical. I studied in electronics, I need to look for a career in electronics, or whatever, right? So we restrict ourselves to a particular stream of education. Okay, whatever the education I have, I'm an accountant. Okay, I uh, I only think about accounting. I don't think about anything else. That's how we are. Indians are tuned like that. Like, they don't think of changing an IT career. But if you look at the other countries, especially the advanced countries like US and UK and European countries and all those, people rapidly change careers. They do change career. I was working in a company. I had a director from US. He changed 3 jobs in 15 years, and 15 to 20 years, if I have to say. And every job was like, he worked about like maybe 7 8 years, and then he changed. And we are talking about not changing a job in the same stream. He started as a aeronautical engineer. Okay, he worked in aeronautical field, and then later on he moved into pharmacy kind of a thing, biopharmacy. And And after 8 to 10 years in that field, he came to IT. Completely different things, like totally unrelated backgrounds, unrelated educations, but he switched careers in 3 years. I was like, I know, Indians don't do that. I mean, we start in learning, after 40 years, we retire in that. I mean, that's how we are. And he said, no, I don't like it. I mean, I get bored. That's how. So the opportunities outside our country, especially in advanced countries, they have an opportunity to learn. They can go to college, they learn everything. But here, if I'm like hitting 35 years, I'm out of the college for about 10 years. I don't think about going back to college again. That's how our mentality is. So it's basically has to do with our attitude, especially our Indians' attitude. We don't generally think about, like, okay, how do I change my field of thinking, if I have to say, right? I studied in myself. I studied in computer science, and I'm still in computer science. Like, that's how it is. Like, we don't think outside our domain. So when we think about switching our career, that's where the problem starts. When I have to start about, okay, I need to switch. First thing, what are the various things that we think about? Lot of things comes into picture. Now, I need to change to an IT career. Okay. Now, when that thing comes into picture, these are all the various emotions we go through. First of all, we doubt ourselves. There is a self-doubt. Can I be able to um, handle it or not? Can I be able to switch it or not? Okay, if you can switch off your video, please, it would be good. Mohammed Tawkir. Okay. So if first first thing is doubt, I doubt myself. Okay. How do I, or can I be able to switch to an IT career or not? This is the first doubt I have. Okay. Give me a minute. Um, so the first emotion that comes to my mind is I doubt myself. I mean, can I do it or not? That's the biggest obstacle, anybody has to even think about changing the career. Okay. If I have to leave, can I do it or not? So that's the doubt. If someone clears the doubt, then the fear comes into picture. What is the fear? Okay, I don't know how that field would be. I don't know what is going to happen. Fear of unknown. This thing eats our mind. Okay. So there is a doubt. First of all, can I switch it or not? Then there is fear of unknown. I don't know if I take this, how would things would be, kind of a thing. Yeah. I've been seeing, I know, my relatives or my surroundings, they are like IT people, they are doing good, but can I do it or not? If I do, what would happen? That's one of the fear of unknown. Then the third thing is, you may be very good at your career, right? And if you may be very good at career in your current field, but you may not be, there are a lot of things like, prospects, like, better money prospects, better opportunity prospects, better, facilities, if I have to say, right? So you may be very good at the thing that you're working. Now, if I have to switch it out, if I have to go to a new career, would I fail? Or if I fail, how do I face it? Okay. So most people are not comfortable with that fear of failure. I mean, when they think about it, they said, okay, it's better that I'm where I am, right? I mean, they restrict us, they restrict themselves. And again, and once they do, or once you are used to one mood of working, if I have to say, right? One way of working, then you don't start thinking outside that. You cannot think outside. You have become very comfortable in that position, right? And whatever work you are doing, whatever position you are there, or you're used to working. For example, one person may be working in a particular position for about 10 years. He got used to it. He wakes up, goes to office. He know, like, these are the four things that I need to do, and those are the four things that he will do for the rest of the week or year or month, if I have to say. They do that that things, whatever the set of things that they do. Occasionally they may do different things, right? And they become very comfortable doing that. They do, they are happy in that zone. They are happy with the work, but they are not happy with respect to money, with respect to position, with respect to opportunities, with respect to facilities. They are not happy. They just want to go get out of that and then do something. But they don't want to do it because comfort zone. They are in comfort zone. They are very happy doing the things. Let me chalo yaar main ye kar leta hu, mujhe kyun karna hai, kind of an attitude, kind of a thing, right? I mean, they are very comfortable in that comfort zone. They cannot think outside. If I have to think outside, if I have to do, what would happen? First, doubt comes into picture. Fear of unknown comes into picture. Fear of failure is the one that most of the people stop doing things. Once you are comfort zone, this is a dangerous thing that you come into comfort zone. Okay, so you cannot think outside the box. You are into comfort zone. Then, uh, then the other thing that comes is it's very hard to succeed. you know I have achieved good success in my career, in my present position. Now if I have to go there, how can I succeed? How can I even, I mean, there are a lot of hurdles, there are a lot of things unknowns. So these are all the various emotions that we go through. We doubt ourselves. There's a fear. We are in comfort zone, and then the most biggest hurdle is we don't take that hard step or the hard work. We fear doing hard work, you know. So that's the whole emotions that we are talking about. So now, how do we get out of this, right? How do we even think about? Jamal is saying my voice is not coming. Is he the one who is facing, or everybody else can listen to my voice?
So your voice is clear, sir.
Okay, sure. Jamal, maybe you want to reconnect again? Yeah, you may want to disconnect and reconnect again. Okay, thank you.
No, sir, your voice is clear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So
Riyaz,
yeah,
just I have a small doubt. Actually,
okay,
I need to leave due to an emergency.
okay.
Can I get your personal number or WhatsApp number so that I can get touch with you?
I have my in that invite, I have my LinkedIn. Okay. Put me a
Link.
message on my LinkedIn, I would be able to give it. Okay.
I will get back to you. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So how do I get out of this? This is basically has to do about our thought process. Okay. Now, if I have to get out of this thought process, this is all in the mind, everything. Doubt.
इंजेक्शन
Please mute yourself. Okay. So it's all in our mind. We doubt in our mind. Fear, it's in our mind. Cannot think outside, it's an attitude. Okay. Hard to succeed, I don't want to do hard work, it's a mindset, right? So it's a mindset that creates all this tensions, if I have to say, all these doubts, all this, obstacles. So there is this concept called a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Okay. And there are a lot of things. There are a lot of, I mean, you have to do a job. You do a job not because you are good into that particular area, right? It has to have a lot of things. There is communication, there are skills, there are everyday challenges. There is an effort that you need to put. There is an effort you need to put, right? There is everyday feedback from your co-employees, from your superiors, and there'll be challenges, there'll be setbacks, lot of this thing. Now, looking at the mindset of these people, right, with respect to skills, you know it's innate. Whatever you learned, that's it. You are not learning anything. It's unchanging. You are not adding anything. That's a fixed mindset. But growth mindset, I need to do a hard work, and after doing a hard work, I always get better results. I can always improve. There is not, this is the only thing that is the limit. No, you always have a chance of improving. So that's a growth mindset, right? So it basically your mindset stops those things. Like, I need to improve my skills. I cannot. First thing is I cannot. I cannot change. But if you think about outside that, it's just a matter of, I need to put some hard work. I need to do some extra work, and I can always improve. Think about a light-minded attitude kind of a thing, or not exactly, not a good word, but it's a, you need to change the way of perspective you look at things. If with a little effort, I can always improve, is what you have to improve the skills. And IT is about skills. Any job is about skills. You get that skills and you will get hired. As simple as that, right? Now, you definitely have to face challenges, right? When I say fear of unknown, fear of failure, this is where challenges come into picture, right? I have to avoid. I cannot reveal my skills. I don't have the skills, or maybe you'll get bogged down. Like, there's so many things that I need to do. I cannot. So this is a fixed mindset, right? But growth mindset is, when you get a challenge, you try to avoid it. क्यों करना है यार, छोड़ दो, बस हो गया बात. I mean, boss डांटेगा या नहीं तो कुछ काम होगा, something leave. No. But challenge, growth mindset is, okay, why is this new problem coming in? Or what is that I can do better? So let me try to embrace that. Let me try to get to understanding, right? Let me try to change it, you know and for changing that, you consistently work behind that, and then you consistently, like, you face repeated failures, or you said you may face repeated challenges, but end of the day, you need to be perseverance. I mean, that's where, like, you need to sit with patience, get it done, you fail, get it done, you fail, get it done, you fail, and then you do it, and then you find the result. So it calls for perseverance. Fixed mindset is, yaar chodo, क्या करना है, करके क्या क्या फायदा होगा, क्या उखाड़ना है, kind of a thing. No, but you have to learn. As you learn, you'll face that benefit. Effort, क्यों करना है यार, जरूरी है क्या, जो है बस है ना, kind of a thing, right? No, effort is essential. Whatever you do, even if you're doing repeated tasks, uh, you have to do an effort, right? It's essential. And the more effort you put it, the more master you become. Even if it repeated tasks, right? Maybe some tasks are such that it cannot be automated, right? If you're doing repeated tasks and it can be automated, I'm telling you, IT is going to eat your job. Okay. But if it is a repeated task, it cannot be automated. The only thing is effort leads to mastery. Okay. Feedback. Obviously, nobody likes feedback, right? I mean, there is a positive feedback, there is a negative feedback, and it's up to you how you look at it. You know, whenever somebody gives feedback, our initial thought process is, मुझे अपने आप को prove करना है कि मैंने गलत नहीं किया. So you produce defensiveness and you take it personally, right? But feedback, there are multiple ways of looking at things, right? When you have a glass and you put that glass with half of the water, when you ask two different people, one person may say it's half full, the other person say half empty, right? So there are different ways of looking at things. So there is a negative feedback, there is a positive feedback. Obviously, negative feedback does has some implications, but always you can look at the positive impact of that feedback, right? अच्छा, मुझे ये क्यों बंदा ऐसा बोला है, या मेरा बॉस क्यों मुझे मुझे बोला है, या why is my colleague giving me this feedback? Maybe I can improve myself, useful. It's welcomed, and you identify your areas to improve. So feedback is always important. Somebody may give it, or it's better you ask for feedback. मैं क्या करूंगा तो मुझे बेहतर होगा, So that's a growth mindset. Setbacks, obviously, when we face a setback or when we face a failure, we always blame others, and we easily get discouraged, and it's mentally affecting, Now, after pandemic, it's not about any other challenges, but we are facing mental challenges more, right? So that's a setback. But obviously, growth mindset is, अच्छा ठीक है यार, मैं fail हो गया, right? I mean, let me learn how I can improve it. How can I make some changes and get this thing working? So this is basically, like, all these emotions that we're talking about. It's in our mind. It's in our heart, right? A little focus, a little what should I say? A thought can change the way you're looking at things. come out of this fixed mindset and adopt this growth mindset. No, it's basically, and it's a, I mean, this looks very simple for me to tell, but it's the most challenging part to change. I need to change, and for that we need to put lot of effort. एंड वहीं पर आके हम सब रुक जाते हैं जरा मेहनत करने पे यार चलो क्यों जरूरी है क्या नहीं you have to put an effort as simple as that no pain no gain right थोड़ा सा mindset change करो change your way of looking at things look at other ways to get things done, and you can always get rid of that problem or you can always better the solution that you have already doing it. So it's about a mindset. Okay. Now, once I do the mindset, right? Once I have that growth mindset, no, I know, I no doubt, I, I'll face whatever unknown comes. Let fear failure हो गया ठीक है चलो देख लेते हैं जब आएगा तब देखेंगे kind of a thing and let me think outside the box let me think let me put an effort right अच्छा मैं रेडी हूँ अब मुझे थोड़ा बहुत करके देखना है and how do I what do I do right मुझे आईटी में करना क्या है मतलब इतनी आईटी बड़ी फील्ड है मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ right now, if you start looking at coming into IT, then you will be bogged down. Like, there are a lot of things that are there in IT. Okay. Mobile apps hai, front end hai, web front end hai, back end hai, databases hai, cloud hai, you know, क्या करना है मुझे? What is that I need to do in IT? What should I do it in IT? Right? I know I'm from a mechanical background. I'm from a maybe civil background. Right? What do I do now? Which one should I pursue as a career? Right? So if you look at it looks very simple, right? I mean the thinking about IT looks simple, but if you go into that particular field, then you would face the challenges, right? Think about this way, right? I can open a hotel, right? I want to go into hotel business. आप hotel business में करना क्या चाहते हो? What do you want to do as a hotel business? You want to open up a tiffin shop, you want to open up a idli dosa shop, or you want to open up Udupi kind of a restaurant, you want to open up a vegetable kind of a restaurant, you want to open up a Chinese restaurant, or you want to open up full-fledged non-veg restaurant, or a lot of things, and you cannot be excelling in all of those things, right? If you look at hotels out there, they are like specific hotels. Udupi hai to Udupi hotel hai. I mean, non-veg hotel hai to non-veg hotel hai. I mean, vegetable restaurant hai to vegetable restaurant hai. And we go to specific restaurants of our choice, right? I mean, मुझे इडली खाना है, डोसा खाना है, तो I go to a particular place where, like, they are experts in that tiffins areas, right? I mean, all day long he will be cooking only idli and dosa, but we'll go on idli and dosa, right? But if I need to go to a non-veg restaurant, I specifically choose my non-veg restaurants. Or if I have to go and eat thali, vegetable thali, I go to specific restaurant. So, right. So just like an hotel business is not all-encompassing business, even IT career is not an all-encompassing IT career that you learn one skill and then you get it done. A lot of things out there. So there are mobile apps that you can do. It is a separate domain altogether. There is front end, web front end, whatever the things that you are looking at, like there um, uh, it's a it's a different front end, like and each of the technologies. There is a Facebook is there. There is Google, or I don't know how to say, but like each and every technology out there, whoever has a digital presence, they have a different backend software on all that. There is Angular, HTML, React, Vue, and all those things. Yahoo, they use different. Facebook, they use a different technology, right? And Amazon, they have a different technology. Flipkart, they have a different technology that they use it. So there are like a lot of web front and backend. Obviously, backends. Microsoft has its own stack. You know, Java has its own stack, Python, like, they're like different backgrounds, different databases altogether. Each one has its own. Like, whatever you want to do on Flipkart, you cannot do the same on Facebook. Facebook's needs are different, they are purely text oriented softwares, right? But if you have to go to Amazon or a Flipkart kind of a thing, they have both. Like they have all the text, they have all that backends as well. So a lot of databases and obviously clouds. Like if you have to go about maintaining the softwares, it has to be hosted on a particular platforms. And there are a lot of platforms. You can just be a platform engineer, right? So web services are there from Amazon, Google is there, Azure is there, like a lot of other cloud stacks are there. So now the question is, what should I do? What is good for me? Okay, which one should I pursue? Which one should I take? Obviously, like uh, to this audience, I asked about your backgrounds, right? I mean, I see a varied experienced audience, right? From students to people who are already working in some area, and they wanted to shift it out. So basically, you just read and analyze. As I said, like it's everything is not going to become IT. No, the clothes business is there. Clothes will be there. Hotel business, hotels will be there, right? And chappal ka business, chappal will be there, right? And I, I mean, everything, whatever the businesses is there, it still be there. It's just that you need to add IT flavor to that business, right? So when you read and analyze, okay, can I? So there are two set of audiences here, like students. Students के लिए तो I would clearly say, uh, just jump into IT career. Whatever you want to do, whatever your passion is, like आप वो काम वो choose करो. Like अब आज के ज़माने में it's not just one, it's multiple things. You have to have at least three of the things, at least two of the things. For example, if you're doing a mobile app, you also need to understand cloud. If you need to do front end, this three is a must. Is called full stack developer. You might be hearing this particular word called full stack developer, right? I'm a mobile developer. You just can't be just a mobile developer. You also need to have cloud knowledge about it, right? You can be an expert in a backend. You can be expert in one particular technology, but you need to know the dependency on the other things, right? Students के लिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि go and become a full stack developer. Now, what should I choose as a full stack developer? Should I choose .NET or should I choose SQL Server? Or should I choose Python? Should I choose PostgreSQL? आप अपना decision ले लीजिए. मतलब because you are young, you just came out of the college, you have that ability. Everybody wants to come take an IT engineering or maybe computer science engineering, but because you didn't get a good rank, you have to settle for BTech mechanical, or you have to settle for civil. I'm not saying those are bad, but it's just that you wanted to switch that opportunity, right? So just go and study these things, and you can easily get it done. You can easily get done. But there are people who have already um, working, right? And they need to switch to an IT career. As I was interacting, somebody was saying, I have kids, I have family, I need to go for a better thing, I need to get them good opportunities for my family. Yes, right? You cannot compromise. You cannot just leave your existing job and jump it out and then go and pursue a career, right? Obviously, all these things will become majorly impacting that person. Like, if I fail, what will happen, right? So all these things will come into picture. For them, you don't need to leave your existing job and go. All you need to do is you need to read and analyze. When I say read and analyze, you have a fixed set of skills. You already have skills. For the people who are already working, they have skills, right? I mean, they may be good at teaching, they may be good at managing some things, right? I mean, uh, you don't need to leave that entirely and study from scratch. No, you can use those skills and you can come to an IT part. So basically, it's called transfer of skills. I already have an existing skill. The same skills can be applied into IT career. For example, I'll give an example, right? I have in my team a person called a product manager. We are developing a product, right? And and we are developing a particular product for a particular business, right? And I can develop the report for that particular business, but I don't know the business. I need a person who knows the business. Okay. And this is where this person is coming. And this person was actually working in that business. For example, I will say, right? Hotel business. I'll give you an example so that you can understand. Hotel business. I need to have a software developed for hotel business. Now, hotel business के challenges क्या हैं? Right? I need to get the material. I need to get it fresh. I need to, make it available in this particular time. I need to see whether it is available or not. All those things, right? I mean, वो करना पड़ेगा. Or if I have to give you another example, right? Uh, Real estate है या banking business है, right? बैंकिंग बिजनेस में बैंक में जो काम करता है उसको मालूम है कि बैंक के challenges क्या क्या है, like these are the challenges, I need to do this. Now if I need to develop a software for that bank, I need a person who can tell me how bank business works, or I need a person who can tell me how real estate business works. If only he will tell me, I would be able to develop a software for that, right? So that software knowledge, that knowledge of that particular business is called domain knowledge. So you already have the domain knowledge, and you can switch it to domain knowledge as whatever, like product manager or something like that, where you can guide people to how to develop that particular business. Everything is getting automated. Everything, there is a software coming it out, right? So we have somebody who knows the business will be able to tell how that business works, and if we know how that business works, we can able to tell. So we don't need to be in an IT, completely switch it out to IT, right? Like exactly you're going and sitting in front of a computer and coding. No, you can be in the middle of that business and the IT. You can be a communicator, or you can be a requirements manager in kind of a thing, right? I mean, you understand the business, you give that requirements to the IT. IT will develop that software. You test that software and tell, okay, this is working as per what the market is demanding or what the business is demanding. So you don't need to leave your skills. You can utilize the skills. A lot of things are there. I'll give you another example, right? Back in 2008, I had to hire, and we got a requirement that, there is something around 20 students we need to hire, right? 20 to 30 students, and all of them will do one thing: data entry part. Data entry करेंगे. We have lot of data sitting, coming as text files, as Excel files, as paper paper में आ रहा था, and that has to be typed in, and that is going into SQL Server. So we need a person who has experience, can manage 20 to 30 people, but at the same time they need to analyze the data and then ensure the data is landing correctly in SQL Server. So we were looking for a person who is experienced, who can look into SQL Server and ensure the data is there. What we did when we went out there is one lady came out. Okay, she was working in SBI. She was working there for 15 years. Okay, when SBI started to digitize their business, they introduced SQL Server into their branches. Right, each of the branch had SQL Server. So she got trained on SQL Server to manage the accounts of that particular business. Right, and she had experience of only 2 years on that SQL Server. Okay, but she was experienced for 15 years. She was the main person in the branch who was dealing with customers. Right, as you enter into the branch, she used to handle people. She used to get the customers, direct it out. So she was very good at managing the customers. At the same time, she was also doing this business, and that fit our bill. We had 30 students. We had to join. They will type the data and ensure they will be logging it. So we need a person who can manage 30 people, right? Obviously, management skills comes into picture, and that doesn't come just coming out of the college, right? I mean, it has to have an experience. So we were looking for that experience. And at the same time, our basic simple need was, we have to ensure that the data is right landing in SQL Server, and somebody can log into SQL Server and check it out. She was perfect for our position. We had many candidates who were very good at SQL Server, but when it comes to handling of the people, nobody had that experience. So we hired her. And you know what? As soon as we hired her, she was there with us for 2 years, and then later on she switched to another group. She went into security business, information security. A lot of our information. She went into security, and she got a very good certificate in cyber security. And then she went to Canada. I mean, she shifted to Canada with that. With 4 years in an IT company, she completely left company and shifted all to Canada. So I'm still in touch with her, but she's all praises, at that time I gave an opportunity, or my team got an opportunity, and she was able to do it, right? So you need to analyze your skills, and you need to say, okay, these are the skills that are essential. Every company, any company I go, that skills will be there. You need to have that. You need to identify your abilities and strengths, and then you need to choose what suits your interest. Now, when I tell what suits your interest, I'll give you another example. Same time, at that time, one of my colony mates, he was a student. He was very good. He was from a sociology background. He studied, I don't know, BA history kind of a thing, and he was a teacher in a local school. At that time, he was earning 3,000 rupees. I'm talking about 2008, 9 time frame. And he was teaching. And if you talk to him, the way he talks English, excellent English, and he was earning only 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. He started with 2,000, and after working for 2 years, his salary got increased to 3,000 rupees. And and he was our colony mate. We were regularly in touch. And he was like, what should I do? I want to switch to IT. I said, okay, no problem. आप एक काम करो, ये पढ़ लो. And I asked him, what is that you want to do? कोई बोला उसको कि मैं डॉट नेट पढ़ लूंगा, डॉट नेट में अच्छे अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, तो ठीक है, बोला तुम डॉट नेट करो, ये चीज पढ़ो, ये करो, ये टेक्स्ट बुक्स है, ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, ये आप ऐसा 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 पढ़ लो. तो he went back and studied, and then he could not get a single leaf out of that page. After 1 month he came, he said, you know what, भाई मुझे कुछ मेरे पल्ले नहीं पड़ रहा, मेरे दिमाग में कुछ भी नहीं चढ़ रहा, मैं क्या करूं, लेकिन मुझे आईटी का जॉब करना ही करना है. मैं बोला, आप एक काम करो, आप ये नहीं, हो सकता है यू मे बी गुड एट समथिंग एल्स. इसके लिए आपको प्रोग्रामिंग नॉलेज चाहिए, मे बी एनालिटिकल स्किल्स एंड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स आर इमीडिएटली ए वेरी डांटिंग टास्क को अचीव. तो आप एक कोई डेटाबेस सीख लो, मैं सीक्वल सर्वर में काम करता हूँ, मैं आपको गाइड करता हूँ, ये चीज पढ़ के देखो, आप पढ़ सकते हो, नहीं पढ़ सकते हो, राइट? एंड देन ही स्टार्टेड रीडिंग इट आउट, एंड देन ही uh, after some time. And I told him, I thought like, he would go back and study himself. But later on, after 1.5 months, 2 months, I realized like, he was getting discouraged. He was not able to sit. I told him like, to consistently meet me and update your progress. So he was regularly meeting me every 1 month. He used to come and tell, आप क्या पढ़े, कहाँ तक पढ़े, कैसा पढ़े, and then I used to take him a little test of his knowledge, like how is he doing, or how is he studying, if he is studying, if he's understanding that concepts or not, right? And then it all started. And alhamdulillah, the first job he got was in Wipro after a lot of setbacks. Obviously, I'll come back to that picture. And now, after another 10-15 years from now, he is in Los Angeles, in working in a big company, and he's earning a very decent amount. And he moved to US along with his family. So basically, आप analyze करना है अपनी abilities को, strengths को, and मुझे कौन सा सूट होता है. थोड़े लोगों का दिमाग अच्छा चलता है, तो लेट देम गो टू प्रोग्रामिंग एनवायरनमेंट. थोड़े लोग का मैथमेटिकल एनालिसिस अच्छा होता है, डेटा समझ में आता है, मतलब देखते ही यू अंडरस्टैंड थिंग्स वेल, go for databases. Some people are not into this, right? मुझे ना प्रोग्रामिंग समझ में आती है, ना मुझे ये समझ में आता है. अगर मैं एक चीज सीखूं, मैं रिपीटेडली मैं काम कर सकता हूँ, वही चीज मैं कंटिन्यूसली मैं काम कर सकता हूँ, डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर एटीट्यूड. गो फॉर दिस यू नो maintenance of cloud and integration. All you need to do is learn, and then it's matter of clicks, or matter of you know understanding the need, and then enabling that. Like everything is very simple. जैसे आप कंप्यूटर का बनाते हो ना, this is all configuring the computer on the cloud, right? So if you go to buy a computer, you will say, okay, मुझे i7 processor चाहिए, मुझे 16 GB RAM चाहिए, मुझे ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. Then you build that computer, right? I mean, it's building that computer on the line, on the fly. So you need to understand how things work, how computer works, how network works, and then you can be doing this. Once you create a server, then this database will run that server. This backend, this front end will run on server. These are all the things, right? So maybe you have a very good good, what should I say, um, um, design माइंड, ठीक है, आप डिजाइन अच्छा करते हो, गो फॉर यूआई डिजाइनर, यूआई यूएक्स एक्सपर्ट। आप कैसा एक अच्छा डिजाइन बना के दे सकते हो, यहाँ पर डिजाइन काम आएगा, यहाँ पर आपको काम आएगा, राइट? यू आइडेंटिफाई योर एबिलिटीज एंड स्ट्रेंथ्स, read and analyze, and then choose your area which you are comfortable, which you are able to grasp, which you are able to understand. Like, so there are some things which people might understand, which may not understand. If you're not understanding anything, maybe there is other software that can give you a better opportunity for understanding, better opportunity to learn. So the like multiple set of softwares are there, and I've just listed a few here. Right, there are like multiple things out there. All you need to do is identify that particular software and put an effort. Now, when I have to put an effort, what should I put an effort? Right, I mean, that's the basic question. नहीं, मुझे मालूम है मुझे ये करना है. अब करने के बाद मैं जॉब कैसा लूंगा? How do I achieve my job? Right? This is where the job hunting and switching strategy is. कि आपको कोई भी जॉब आप आईटी में ढूंढते हो, तो यू हैव टू गो टू द पोर्टल, सर्च फॉर द जॉब, राइट? एंड कोई भी जॉब अगर पोस्ट करता है, कोई कंपनी जॉब पोस्ट करता है, तो उसके रिक्वायरमेंट्स पोस्ट करता है, मुझे ये बंदा चाहिए, ये बंदा इस स्किल्स का चाहिए एंड इतना एक्सपीरियंस का चाहिए, उसको ये मालूम होना चाहिए. सो ही नोटेड, आई मीन दैट कंपनी विल नोट डाउन ऑल द रिक्वायरमेंट्स, राइट? So you need to note down that requirement. So for example, अब मैं database का लिया, जैसा for example, I give you an example of that student, right? He was a BA student. He came to me and he wanted to go into databases. मैं बोला भाई आप पढ़ो, पहली चीज first of all you पढ़ो, पढ़ के understand करो कौन सी चीज क्या है, and उस technology में what are the job requirements, आज मार्केट में उसके लिए क्या पूछा जा रहा है, व्हाट आर द पीपल लुकिंग एट, नोट डाउन दैट रिक्वायरमेंट्स. वो रिक्वायरमेंट देखने के बाद आप फिर वो पढ़ रहे हो नहीं हो, चेक करो अपने आप को कि अच्छा ये चीज पूछ रहे हैं, ये आई शुड बी हैविंग ए डेटाबेस बैकअप एबिलिटी, आई शुड बी एबल टू डू. एक सिंपल एग्जांपल बता रहा हूँ कि ही नीड्स टू रेगुलरली टेक बैकअप्स. सो मुझे बैकअप के बारे में मालूम है नहीं है, मैं बैकअप कर सकता हूँ नहीं कर सकता, काइंड ऑफ थिंग, राइट? मुझे पेमेंट गेटवे एनेबल करना चाहिए, कोई वेब फ्रंट एंड का बंदा है, मुझे पेमेंट गेटवे एनेबल करना चाहिए कि पीपल शुड कम एंड एबल टू पे ऑन माय वेबसाइट. So if I have to develop that software, what are the things that are required for enabling payment gateway? Do I have that knowledge or not? Did I study that or not? Right? तो वो पढ़ना पड़ेगा आपको. So you have to note down the requirements. You need to go back and look at what you have learned, and then you need to check whether if some questions are asked on that, can I be able to answer it or not, right? So that's obvious thing that comes into picture, right? So whatever you are learning, you need to directly tag that learning to the requirements that are coming from that company. I'm learning something, I also need to fulfill that requirement. So मैं भी ये पढ़ा, ये ठीक है, ये नहीं पढ़ा, मुझे पढ़ना है, kind of a thing, right? You need to get to know that understanding. Obviously, resume आपको change करना है. For example, I told you an example of that lady, right? I mean, she came from SBI, but we are not concerned about whether she's coming from SBI or whether she's coming from some other field. We were concerned about, like, whether she has the knowledge of that particular database or not. So we looked at that and we wanted to see, okay, I need experience of 2 years, of database, and she was already having 2 years of experience in that database. So she did not mention anything strange, right? She did mention I'm like 15 years old in SBI. I have 13 years of experience in managing SBI operations. At the same time, for the last 2 years, I've been working on the database. I have experience on the database, and I'm looking for an opportunity in the database in an IT company. That was her simple resume ask. And fortunately, we were fortunate. We found her. She was fortunate. She found us. So we hired her, and that fit our bill, and it was an opportunity, like golden opportunity kind of a thing at that time. Same thing. Whatever understand, just put that into your resume, change that resume, and upload to the job portal. See, all this thing is interlinked to each other. Companies have some requirements, they post the requirements. you need to know about the requirements, and you need to learn the requirements, whatever the technology is needed, whatever the technical constructs of that particular programming language or particular database or particular cloud strategy. Do you understand that or not? You need to learn that. You need to put that as a require. I mean, I can say, okay, I am very good at taking regular backups or not. So the job is asking for a person who can take regular backups. You know how to do regular backups, and you just put, like, I used to work in this particular company. I'm working in SBI, and I used to take backups regularly on the SQL server, right? So coming to that lady, so match the requirements in your position, in your job, to the requirements that are being asked, and frame it in such a way that I am working in the same domain. It's not an IT domain, it's a real estate domain, or it's a hotel business domain, or it's a whatever the SBI branch financial domain, but I'm working in an IT related area of that domain. Tag that operations or tag that your experience as if you have worked on that domain, and then you will upload that resume so that the keywords of that requirement should match with your resume. And if that match comes, you will start getting offers, you'll start getting positions, right? You will get the hits for your resume, and once you get the hit for your resume, they will call you and take your interview, right? So this is all about uh, uh, um, um, time and effort. You have to invest your time, you have to invest your effort, and then tweak your resume, tweak your requirements in such a way that it matches your uh, learning ability, it matches your domain experience, if I have to say that. Okay. Now, this is about switching hunting strategy. But the main crux of the material, what you have come here, is how do I prepare? How do I switch? Right? I mean, this is just once you learn everything, this is the strategy that you need to do. But for learning, what is that you need to do? Right? Obviously, you cannot learn in a day, right? You have to have a preparation strategy, right? You need to put out a plan out there. Okay. Without plan, you cannot achieve. So for students के पास तो time है, कुछ भी डाल सकते हैं, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, kind of a thing, right? So, but if you are an already working professional, you have responsibilities. You are a responsibly heavy person. You cannot just leave that responsibilities and come, right? So, for example, कोई teacher है, सुबह से लेके शाम तक teaching करते हैं, शाम में free है, right? Up, they need to put out a plan that, in my free time, how do I make a strategy? How do I make my preparation so that I can switch to an IT career? Student है, already दिन सुबह से लेके शाम तक, maybe he can join a particular course. There are a lot of academies out there that offer a lot of courses. Join full time, spend 1 full month, 2 months full out there, right? And then get to learn those things. Obviously, learning a new technology or a new knowledge is a time consuming task, right? So it's a general thing. Somebody might get it much less, right? Or somebody can do it much more, depending on how you want to take it. You are very serious, you can put a lot of effort and get this time down. But generally, you have to have a 6 to 8 months of a preparation timeline. Okay. 6 to 8 months देखने के लिए बड़ा अजीब, बहुत लंबा दिखता है. Once you start putting your efforts, right, you will realize that this is a very hard strategy. 6 से 8 महीने में एक नया स्किल लर्न करना, उसमें महारत हासिल करना और आपका जॉब स्विच करना मामूली बात नहीं है. ठीक है. तो इट लुक्स वेरी वेरी लॉन्ग while I am talking, but if you start preparing, आपको हमेशा लगेगा कि मुझे और टाइम मिलता तो मैं और अच्छा कर लेता, kind of a thing. But generally, I'll telling you 6 to 8 months of preparation is essential. And जब आप पढ़ रहे हैं तो बहुत सारे लोग क्या करते हैं मालूम है? They learn this, they learn this, they learn this, they learn this, they learn this. What I'm saying, टाइम है ना मेरे पास, मैं सारी चीजें लर्न कर लेता हूँ. Okay, that's how general attitude is. That attitude is not going to work. You need to learn one technology. One. यहाँ पर जितने सारी चीजें मैंने मेंशन की है, if you pick up Python, or if you pick up Java, or if you pick up Postgres, or or Amazon, right? Amazon Web Services, or GCP, or Azure. Even matter of Angular, my Angular front end में मैं डालता हूँ, right? I know I'll develop thing. It's not, you are not going to learn all these things in 2 months, right? You know, even if you pick one, you cannot become a master of it in 1 month. You have to pick one technology. What is that you are very good at that one technology, right? And then you need to, अब जैसा फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं सिंपल स्ट्रैटेजी बताता हूँ, 5 मिनट में करना क्या है. एक टेक्स्ट बुक लो उस पर्टिकुलर टेक्नोलॉजी का, उसमें हो सकता है 20 चैप्टर होंगे. एक एक चैप्टर के लिए आपको एक एक हफ्ता भी लगेंगे, तो 20 हफ्ते लगेंगे. 20 हफ्ते मतलब 5 महीने, एक एक हफ्ता. 5 into 4 months, 20 months. So to become an expert on that particular technology, you need to spend at least, at least 5 months, and concentrate on one particular field. एक में महारत हासिल करेंगे, बाकी का सब चीजें आप समझ में आ जाएगा. बट इफ यू लर्न मल्टीपल थिंग्स, यू विल नॉट बी एनीवेयर. यू नो, you can be jack of all, but if you have to be master, you have to can only be a master of one. जब pick one technology, maybe आपको select करने में हो सकता है 1-2 हफ्ते लगे, 3 हफ्ते लगे, या 1 महीना लगे, until you realize, like, just like as that I give an example of that person. He started with .NET, he couldn't understand. Now he switched to databases after 1.5 month, right? So you might need to test that waters. मेरे सूट होता है नहीं, मुझे सूट होगा नहीं, मुझे समझ में आता नहीं है. तो once you understand that, put that effort for 5 months in that particular technology, and then आज आप जाके गूगल में सर्च मारोगे ना, every technology will have interview questions. Search करो, interview Java questions, or SQL Server Java questions, or Android Java questions, or Azure interview questions, right? और AWS इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस. कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी लो, गूगल में आप सर्च करोगे, you will get all the list of interview questions, right? So there are asking for requirements. You know the requirements. For that particular requirement, what are the interview questions asked? You need to learn that particular thing, right? You need to learn that particular requirements, technology. आप इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन करो. हाउ डू यू डू दैट 1 month मॉकअप इंटरव्यू? सिंपल. पेपर लो, क्वेश्चन लो, क्वेश्चन पे वो इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस लो, सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ ए मिरर, राइट? आस्क दैट क्वेश्चन, to your own self. You are asking to your own self. Ask that question, and then uh, uh, um, try to answer that question. Okay, you don't look at the answers immediately. Take the interview questions, sit in front of a mirror, talk the question to them, to your own self, ask the question to yourself, and give an answer to your own self. When giving an answer without looking at the textbook, or without just relying on your knowledge, you will understand कि मैं confidently दे रहा हूँ या नहीं दे रहा हूँ, right? If you are able to confidently give an answer, maybe you know that, right? Go back and verify, did I give a correct answer or not, after doing a mock interview. Or maybe, you might have friends, or you just, you were through one of this MFID mediums, you can ask, like, we have a lot of people here, you can ask for a mock interview. We can come and, take a mock interview, nothing. But before even that, first test the waters by your own self. Can I enter into this water? Just get down, sit in front of a mirror, ask for your own self, see whether your answer is correctly matching with that answer for that question or not. Then you will understand. मुझे समझ में आ रहा है नहीं है. You don't do this after 5 months, right? अगर 5 महीने में आप सही नहीं पढ़े, तो फिर आपका पूरा टाइम वेस्ट चलेगा. After 1 month, maybe for that one particular set of area of that particular technology, download all the questions of that particular area, ask for your own self, answer it, and see whether you are doing it or not. ठीक है? जब आप सीख लोगे, आप मॉक इंटरव्यू करोगे, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि मैं सही दे रहा हूँ नहीं. You understand whether you are giving it correct or not, or whether you are hesitant, or whether how is, I mean, interview is not just about giving an answer, right? It's not वो मग करके देना नहीं है. You have to do lot of things, like skills होंगे, communication skills होंगे, body language होगा, आपका attitude होगा, आपका confidence होगा, lot of things matters, right? तो एक बार आप अपने आप को मिरर के सामने बैठ के आप अपना जायजा खुद लोगे, you analyze your own self, then you will get all the things, you will correct your all your things. Once you correct all the things and once you get job, हो सकता है आप अच्छा रेज्यूमे बनाए, इमीडिएटली आपको विप्रो से आ गया. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ डोंट गो फॉर विप्रो इंटरव्यू. ओके, इन्फोसिस में इंटरव्यू आ गया, डोंट गो फॉर इन्फोसिस इंटरव्यू, राइट? If your dream job is in a particular company and you get offer or you get a interview offer from that company, don't go immediately to that company. Why? Because once you go and actually face that interview, the actual interview, you will face lot of rejections. My I have taken a lot of interviews, right? When a candidate sits in front of me and he says, I have done this, मुझे 5 मिनट लगेंगे बोलने के लिए कि वो बंदा सही बोल रहा है या झूठ बोल रहा है या वाकई में एक्सपीरियंस बंदा है या फेक बंदा है. All it takes about 5 to 10 minutes, right? So it takes time to actually understand the interview process. When you face an interviewer, then you will understand कि क्या किस तरीके से पूछा जाता है, किस तरीके से एनालाइज होता है. There are multiple ways of interviewing a candidates, right? I would suggest take a paper and pen, ask the interviewer, can I note down the questions, because I want to note down if something has went wrong and I want to improve on yourself. Everybody will give you a chance for that, right? आप पेपर पेन लेके जाओ, एज जो क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं तभी बात कर लो, तभी लिख लो, नोट कर लो, या होते ही यू एज यू फेस दैट इंटरव्यू, आधा घंटा का इंटरव्यू होता है. 30 30 मिनट्स और 40 मिनट्स मैक्स. 40 मिनट्स बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है, राइट? कभी कभी इंटरव्यू 20 10 15 मिनट में ही खत्म हो जाता है. 10 15 मिनट में मतलब आई नो यू दिस कैंडिडेट इज फेक, मुझे मालूम हो जाता है कि ये बंदा बेकार का है. आई डोंट एक्सटेंड माई इंटरव्यू बियॉन्ड दैट, राइट? And just for the sake of thing, maybe मैं और एक 5 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा लूंगा, but I would on the fly reject that candidate. But the initial set of questions are right, and it is extending for more than 20 minutes or 25 minutes. We know, okay, this guy is credible. Knowledge अच्छी है, knowledge अच्छी है. अब next scrutiny ये होगा कि वाकई में वो बंदा काम कर रहा है नहीं है, right? This is where we test for the experience, and there are multiple ways of testing the experience of a candidate, not just by asking questions. They may give a problem to you and ask them to solve it. If you go to big companies like Microsoft or Google, they will give you a computer, they will give you a problem and ask them to मैं 2 घंटे में मैं चाय पी के आता हूँ, आप इस प्रॉब्लम का एग्जाम प्रॉब्लम का कोड लिख के बताओ मुझे, हाउ डू यू सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम. अनलेस एंड until you don't have that, right? You will not be able to face it. So basically what I'm saying is you will face actually a lot of rejections in the initial 1 or 2 months. Rejection बुरी बात नहीं है. You need to understand that, right? The first thing that comes into mind is अच्छा मैं 5 महीने पढ़ा, इतना मैं मेहनत करा, मेरा इंटरव्यू क्लियर नहीं हो गया, मेरा वेस्ट हो गया, बेकार हो गया. No, it's not बेकार. You can, I mean, it's a learning experience, right? You immediately come out of that experience, come out of that office, note down all the questions that the interviewer have asked you and note down all your responses कि आप कैसा रेस्पॉन्ड करें. मे बी जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछ दिया, टफ क्वेश्चन पूछ दिया, आपने वहीं पर आप फंस गए, राइट? अब वो दिमाग वहीं पर चलता रहेगा. आपका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग चले गया, दिमाग वहीं पर फिरता रहेगा. उसके बाद मे बी ही माइट हैव 9 इजी क्वेश्चंस बिकॉज यू you you failed answering the first question, right? Or if I have to be tough, you screwed up the first question. Now that eats up your mind. दिमाग वहीं पर फिरता रहता है, right? And then you'll not be able to come. So you need to understand your personality as well. कि मैं actual interview में मैं कैसा perform कर रहा हूँ, मैं कहाँ mistake किया, what did I do wrong, did I learn something, or did he ask something which I was not sure, or even if I know I was able to communicate or not. काफी सारी चीजें हो सकती हैं. So note down that. Then आपको समझ में आ जाएगा, अच्छा एक नहीं दो नहीं. तो इसलिए you select the companies. You may get 10 different offers and the first offer you got was something, let's say Infosys. मुझे Infosys जाना है. Don't go for Infosys. maybe there are 7 8 different companies, maybe small companies, maybe good companies, but you don't know the name of it, or you don't want to join those companies. जाके attend करो, face that interview, fail that interview, note down your failures. फिर आपको समझ में आ जाएगा, अच्छा मुझे ये चीज मैंने गलत किया, ये चीज मैंने गलत किया, ऐसा नहीं बोलना था, ऐसा बोलना था, आई शुड हैव डन दिस, आई शुड हैव टोल्ड दिस, आई शुड हैव रिएक्टेड लाइक दिस, और आई शुड हैव बीन केप्ट क्वाइट, आई शुड नॉट हैव रिटेलिएटेड, आई शुड नॉट हैव शोन एटीट्यूड, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, राइट? तो आपको 2 मंथ्स का एक्चुअल इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस आएगा। जब एक्चुअल इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस आएगा, फिर आप जाके इन्फोसिस का या विप्रो का जो भी आपका जॉब कंपनी है अटेंड करो। अटेंड करने के बाद आपका सिलेक्शन होगा, because you face lot of things, you understand the nature of an interview, you are prepared for that interview. Obviously you need to have that knowledge. You have that knowledge, you face the attitude, you face the challenges of an interview, you understand what the things are, how they are asked, how to face that. Finally you get selected. ठीक है? एक बार आपका सिलेक्शन हो जाएगा, एंड वंस यू गो इनटू द कंपनी, बिकॉज यू आर फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड, यू लैंडेड इनटू द कंपनी, एक बार आईटी कंपनी में आप एंटर होंगे तो वहां का चैलेंजेस अलग ही होंगे। फिर ये प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होगा, आप फेल करोगे, ट्राई करोगे, फिर फेल करोगे, ट्राई करोगे, फिर फेल करोगे, ट्राई करोगे, फिर सक्सेस होगा। इट्स नॉट एन इजी जॉब, आप जॉब मिल गई मैं खुश हो गया, नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा। आप अंदर जाने के बाद फिर वहां पर आपको challenges आएंगे, बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव ए वर्किंग एक्सपीरियंस, राइट? यू केम फ्रॉम ए टोटली डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड, डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस ऑल टुगेदर। नाउ यू आर into an IT company, that experience is a different, that way of dealing things are different, the way of managing things are different in the company, so you learn those things. So it's a continuous learning experience, if I have to say. So am I clear? So it's basically you get out of all this unknowns, fears, doubts. Mentally prepare yourself for hard work. Whatever challenges come, मुझे तो करना ही करना है। क्यों करना है? क्योंकि मुझे अगर मिलेगा तो अपॉर्चुनिटीज अच्छे मिलेंगे, बहुत अच्छी चीजें होंगी, एंड everything comes with a price, right? And the price for coming into an IT is like, you need to put in an effort, and if you put in an effort, you'll reap the rewards, right? And to reap the rewards, you need to understand your abilities, strengths, and then you need to choose one technology. You need to analyze that particular technology. For example, मैं सिंपल सी बात बताता हूँ। अगर आप टू व्हीलर हैं, आपके पास है, अब आप कार खरीदना चाह रहे हैं, अब जैसे ही कार जाके खुद खरीद लोगे, जो भी कार है, right? When we go to buy a car, or when we go, even if I have to buy a two-wheeler, like, I ask I do a lot of research on buying that two-wheeler or buying that four-wheeler, right? ये कार क्यों अच्छी है, ये कार में क्या है, ये इतना मैं पैसे डालने के बाद एक टाटा की कार है, एक मारुति की कार है, किया की कार है, एक हुंडई की कार है, विच कार शुड आई चूज, इसमें क्या फैसिलिटीज है, इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है। I do lot of research. Same thing, like, if you're going to switch to a job, you need to do that research. Especially for the people who are already working in a particular field, for them, they need to take a very cautious approach. They cannot just leave the existing things. They have to test the waters and then do a solid preparation without affecting the existing things. And this requires a lot of discipline. Like, every day आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा थोड़ा लेके जाना पड़ेगा, and then you finally get to understand those things. सो इट्स नॉट दैट कि मैं आईटी में आ जाऊंगा, मेरा जिंदगी अच्छी हो जाएगी, बट आईटी में आना इतना कोई इन द एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट नॉट। आई मीन, इफ आई हैव टू गो एंड एंटर इनटू अ पर्टिकुलर फील्ड, just that I cannot enter the field as is, right? And there is a preparation required for even for me. मैं अभी टेक्निकली साउंड बन रहा हूँ, मुझे मैनेजर बनना है, तो मैनेजर में चुप ऐसे ही बनूंगा थोड़ी, राइट? उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन करना पड़ता है, एग्जाम्स लिखना पड़ता है, अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ता है, व्हाट आर द challenges about those things. So even for the existing people who are working in an existing domain, they understand, like, for getting a promotion, what are the challenges that are required. Just I told you, right? My father, I mean, he was in a one particular domain. To go for a promotion, he used to give 3 or 4 entrance exams, like within the domain, right? So kafi, I mean, you need to prepare that. Without preparation, you cannot expect things. Simple se baat hai, right? I mean, I had told you a long strategy, which is basically 6 to 8 months. सबको मालूम है ये tortoise and rabbit का, tortoise and rabbit, they decided हमें रेस करना है, right? tortoise बोला चलो करते हैं, रैबिट वाला मैं तो इससे आराम से भाग सकता हूँ, राइट? ये तो बहुत ही आसान है मेरे लिए। वो गया, बोला वो तो रेंगते हुए आएगा, क्या कर लेगा, थोड़ी देर आराम कर लेता हूँ, राइट? आई मीन ही टुक ए रेस्ट एंड दिस रेंगता हुआ आया एंड फाइनली अपना डेस्टिनेशन रीच कर लिया। दिस इज जस्ट a story we have been hearing from our childhood, right? Most of the people might have already, I mean, it's very known thing, you know. Somebody did actual experiment on this. You know, if you go to YouTube and type this tortoise versus hare, who wins? You know, type this in YouTube, you'll get this video. Okay, एक रैबिट को, एक हेयर को, एक टॉर्टाइस को दो लेंस में रख दिए एंड दे 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 वांट टू सी हु विंस द रेस। जब स्टार्ट करे तो एकदम ये रैबिट थोड़ी देर गया, वहां रुक गया। अब ये टाटा थोड़ा सा चलते 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 यहाँ तक आया, फिर उसके बाद आ गया। अब ये बंदी जो हेयर का वो रैबिट का जो ओनर थी, वो इस तरफ आई, बुला रही है, वो वहीं पर बैठ गया। ये थोड़ा थोड़ा रेंगते 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 टाटा इज वन। It's an actual experiment that they conducted. Go and search the YouTube video, you'll find this thing. You know, the reason why I put this is because I told you, right? I mean, for persons who are already working, they need to start small. Every day was small करना पड़ेगा. They have to do little things on a daily basis, a regular basis. Even students जो हैं, they have to go एंड लर्न एज इफ इट्स 8 hours जॉब। मैं सुबह में जाऊंगा, इंस्टीट्यूट में बैठूंगा, मुझे दिन भर बैठ के पढ़ना पड़ेगा, प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा, एंड देन ओनली आई विल बी एबल टू अचीव, राइट? आई मीन, you have to have that perseverance, patience, and learning thing. So this is an actual experiment that was conducted, and it turns out like, rabbit stopped in between, tortoise won the race. Go and search the YouTube and you will be surprised to actually look. This might looks like, it was looking like a fairy tale story, but actually it's a reality. Okay. So this did happen. The crux of the matter is slow and steady wins the race. Start slow, but be steady, and you will be able to achieve that goal. Right. That's where I have, you know, I stop my thing. I hope I gave you all the things that are required. Um, um, I would take any questions if you want.
Yes, Riyaz bhai, one quick question.
Ji,
Can I go ahead? Yeah.
yeah,
So actually, I'm from a QA background. I'm working
ji,
in Oracle, have
ji,
10 plus of experience.
ji.
So I used to guide few students, those who come to me,
Uh,
like kya kare if they are not good in programming or such
mm,
things. So whosoever is ideal for QA, I ask them to do these things. Once they do all those things,
mm,
I ask them to now apply for job.
mm,
So their most common problem is they are not getting interview calls. So when I search on them, that
mm,
when I dig in, I saw that they are not able to put the things properly in resume. Okay,
mm,
so
mm,
these things I am able to resolve, but
mm,
still they are not getting calls because they are fresher, they
mm,
don't have work experience.
mm,
Resume wise, interview wise, I can guide them. Okay,
mm,
what are the
mm.
other things they should take care, or I should suggest them to get higher chance of getting the interview? Thank you.
दिस इज अ कॉमन प्रॉब्लम है। जो स्टूडेंट पास आउट होता है, उसको इमीडिएटली जॉब ऑफर मिलना, जॉब रेज्यूमे मिलना, it's not an easy thing, right? I mean, it's a very difficult thing. I'll tell you about my own experience. I did my engineering here. I went to do my masters, and after masters, I was jobless for 1 whole year. I was sitting at home for 1 year without job, without money, and away from India. And then without money, I was sitting with my seniors. I used to cook for them. It's not an easy thing. Immediately after coming out of a college, you don't get a job. That's very very common problem. That's where आपको थोड़ा अपने आप को busy रखना है. That's where I said, like, right, for students, right? कोई आप institute join कर लो, या you have to put fake experience. I should not actually say this, but most of the companies do look for experience. So somebody should have to have should have to put fake experience, and then fake experience आने से फायदा ये होगा कि आपको जॉब के ऑफर्स आएंगे, इंटरव्यू कॉल्स आएंगे, बट इंटरव्यू तो आपको पास करना ही करना है, राइट? So maybe for interview, you for getting that interview calls, you may have to put some fake experience that I worked in this company. There are a lot of companies out there जो देते हैं, और आप कोई भी कंपनी में हो, आप जाके फ्री में काम करो, if you are able to get that. Small companies may, if you're able to do that job, do it, get work done without pay, you will gain experience, and then later on you can do it. But it's a challenge, it's a practical challenge that that any student faces it out. And there is no hard and fast solution के इसको ये करने से मिल जाएगा kind of a thing. The only thing that I can suggest as of now is be patient, tweak your resume, get to mail different companies, and then कहीं ना कहीं काम करो, कहीं ना कहीं मास्टर्स करो, या कुछ ना कुछ काम करते हुए आप प्रैक्टिस करो, एंड यू विल गेट इट. ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होगा, बट इट विल बी समथिंग. वट एवर जॉब यू गेट, स्टार्ट डूइंग इट, राइट? कॉल सेंटर के जॉब है, मिल जाएगा, but don't get satisfied with the call center job. You can, as long as you get a company as long as you get any job in a company and you're able to prove that experience in that company, you can always tweak the experience in that company. आप कॉल सेंटर में काम कर सकते हो, आप बोल सकते हो कि मैं टेस्टिंग कर रहा था, who would go and test that out, right? As long as you are able to prove that you are in that company, work for that company, and you have paychecks and you have thing, you can always get that done. But it's no simple answer, right? You have to struggle with that, and that struggle phase is still there. A lot of students will have to go through, and have to be patient. That's all I can suggest.
No. Jazakallah. Shukriya.
Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum, Riyaz bhai.
Walaikum salam. जी.
Yeah, I had a question. ये जो sales background में होते हैं, तो उनको क्या like in IT field, what is good for them?
Sales किस मामले में है?
Sales product के बारे में, it is like fabrication material में like sales experience है. Yeah, selling that to customers.
Okay.
मतलब ज्यादा रिटेल ये दिस इज अ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, मतलब बहुत सारे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स देते हैं अभी. फॉर दैट इफ आई would like to check into IT field, what would suit?
See, आप कोई सेल्स में है ना, वो डोमेन
Yes.
अच्छा अंडरस्टैंड कर सकता है, राइट? आई मीन,
Yeah.
यू आर ए मार्केटिंग पर्सन, यू आर ए सेल्स पर्सन. मतलब आपको कोई भी जॉब देंगे, आप ये जाके बेच के आओ, तो पहली चीज क्या करेंगे, वो प्रोडक्ट के बारे में आप मालूम करेंगे एंड उसको बेचेंगे, राइट? तो प्रोडक्ट का इंटरनल्स, एक्सटर्नल्स, यूसेज, बेनिफिट्स, शॉर्टकमिंग्स आपको सब मालूम करके आप you go into sales, right?
Right.
You can become a product manager. When I say product manager,
जी.
कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाता है कोई कंपनी में, तो प्रोडक्ट बनता क्या है, वो प्रोडक्ट के रिक्वायरमेंट्स क्या है, वो प्रोडक्ट का फंक्शनैलिटी क्या होना चाहिए, वो कैसा काम करता है, वो क्या रिजल्ट लेना पड़ेगा. तो इफ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द डोमेन ऑफ दैट थिंग, you can always
Okay.
go into that product manager ability. So basically, you are already into sales. You know how to deal with the customer attitude, right?
Right.
You understand the customer behavior, and you
Right.
understand the nature of the behavior. So how do you develop a product out of it? How do you understand the product? आप उस, I mean, from a प्रोग्राम मैनेजर और प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर की तरह आप जा सकते हो. प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट आप ढूंढो. बेसिकली प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट क्या है कि कोई मार्केट में कई सारी कंपनीज आ रही हैं, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल स्विगी जोमेटो है. हाउ डू
Yeah.
what is exactly? It's basically like you are understanding the nature of a delivery business, right? डिलीवरी के लिए
Yes.
इतना फिक्स करना पड़ेगा, इतने टाइम में आपको डिलीवर करना पड़ेगा. That's how it is,
Right.
right? And for
Correct.
understanding the delivery, what are the challenges? You understand that product. तो आप
Yeah.
प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट साइड आप ढूंढ सकते हो, काइंड ऑफ.
तो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट अभी लाइक सेल्स के बाद लाइक एनी कोर्स कुछ करना चाहिए टू गेट इनटू आईटी सेक्टर
हाँ,
अभी?
हर चीज का उसका उसका अपना नॉलेज है, राइट? आई मीन, यू गेट लॉट ऑफ बुक्स. आप कोई भी प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट पे, प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट पे आप सर्च करो, you
जी.
get to learn and understand those things. Obviously पहले आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि वो मैं उसमें मैं switch हो सकता हूँ कि नहीं, kind of a thing, right? I mean, if I
Right.
go into that particular area, will this knowledge with the knowledge I have, with the experience I have, can I can I can I switch that knowledge and experience to the thing that I'm planning to go, राइट? वहां पर सूट हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता है, वहां पर मैं अप्लाई कर सकती हूँ नहीं कर सकती हूँ, आप इस बारे में आप देखो एंड देन यू शुड बी एबल टू एनालाइज योरसेल्फ. इसलिए मैंने जब बोला था ना यहाँ पर द थिंग दैट आई सेड, यू नीड टू रीड एंड एनालाइज द रिक्वायरमेंट्स कि अगर ये पर्टिकुलर जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज अगर मिलते हैं तो मैं वो फिट हो सकती हूँ नहीं हो सकती हूँ, एंड एवरीथिंग इज व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, एंड देन यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग एंड देन यू नीड टू टेक अ डिसीजन. ठीक है? Obviously, it will take some time. It's not like आप एक दिन पढ़ोगे अगले दिन समझ में आ जाएगा, ऐसा भी नहीं हो सकता. हो सकता है आप एक महीने के बाद समझ में आ जाए कि ये वाकई में मेरे लिए नहीं है, मैं एक नहीं कर सकती, और इट्स टोटली माय मिस्टेक था मेरे अंडरस्टैंडिंग का, दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई कैन नॉट डू काइंड ऑफ थिंग. आपको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए. लेकिन बट वो कंसिस्टेंटली आप उसका रिक्वायरमेंट, जैसा अब मार्केट में क्या पूछ रहे हैं आप, जैसा Naukri.com है, लिंक्डइन है, आप जाके उस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशंस का आप जाके यू लुक फॉर दैट रिक्वायरमेंट, देन यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि मैं इसको फ्रेम करके बोल सकती हूँ नहीं कर सकती हूँ कहने का, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. इट्स ओनली थिंग मे बी यू मे नॉट हैव दैट पर्टिकुलर टर्मिनोलॉजी फॉर दैट आईटी, बट इफ यू लर्न द टर्मिनोलॉजी यू शुड बी एबल टू मैनिपुलेट इट. आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. एक सेल्स बंदा था,
जी.
he got into an IT job
Okay.
because he was having such a good contacts, like such a way of good way of dealing with people. He landed into an IT job, and you know the अजीब स्ट्रेंज थिंग क्या है, बंदे को प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं आती थी.
Okay.
He didn't know how to program, but he landed in an IT job.
Because he had contacts, or was he good in communication or
Good in
connecting with
communication.
people?
Good in communication. He was able to convince interviewers कि I can get this done.
Okay, okay.
But actually landing into job, he was given a task of actually programming. अब वो बंदा तब तड़प के मेरे पास आया कि कोई कांटेक्ट मेरा बंदे को दे दिया और बोला कि मुझे अब प्रोग्रामिंग सीखना है, मैं जॉब में हूँ, मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ. मैं बोला भाई आपने तो डिफिकल्ट थिंग यू क्लियर्ड इट आउट. गेटिंग इनटू ए जॉब इज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट थिंग.
Right, right.
You cleared the difficult thing. Learning a programming language is the easiest part. आप simple सा, there are a lot of courses out there. जाके बैठो 2 घंटे बैठ के काम करो कहना चाहिए. ऐसे भी experience आ सकते हैं.
Yes. And Riyaz pe, I had one more question. Abhi jahan pe where I work, right? Wahan pe they give salary slip nahi dete. It is a cash payment. It is a product company like इसमें metal वाले companies में जहाँ पे they hire people, they just like they don't give relieving letter और ये मतलब जब join होते हैं ना.
As long as you are able to convince HR on the interview process, you should be good.
Yeah. So when
थोड़े
I asked,
companies
when I
होते
spoke
हैं.
to the manager, he said, "जब phone करेंगे, I will tell. We don't because due to some इसके क्या बोलते हैं?"
That's what is called a background process, right?
Okay.
Background
Yes,
process
yes.
में आपको reference देना पड़ेगा कि I used to
Right.
work into this company, and if that background process में आप वो handle कर पालेंगे तो you should be able to clear it out.
Okay.
Background process आता है जब आप interview में select हो जाएं and you land into the job.
Yes, yes.
Right? When first major challenge is that, and if you are
Right.
able to, or if you are able to clear that, the last round will be HR round. HR round में आप openly बता सकते हैं मेरे पास ये challenges है, how will you want to deal with this, and they will give an alternate solution, no problem. Agar if a company decides that I want to hire you, they will hire you no matter what, provided you are genuine. Okay? So you have to prove that genuineness, whether through a phone call by some reference or maybe through your pay slips. If you don't have pay slips, all and fine, but somebody has to give that reference for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ठीक.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Riyaz bhai.
ट्रैवलिंग सर.
No problem. You're up. जी बोलिए मैं.
सर मैं एक इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर हूँ विद मास्टर्स डिग्री
जी.
और सऊदी में जॉब भी कर चुका हूँ और मैंने खुद ही एक रिजाइन किया है ये जॉब को किसी वजह से, फैमिली इशू की वजह से. So now I want to settle down in India, and I got to know that IT industry is well to set down here. So I have decided, with some friends and all by taking mashwara. So cyber security में जाना चाह रहा हूँ sir. So how it will be, and I want your opinion.
IT जानेंगे तो साइबर सिक्योरिटी जानेंगे.
जी जी जी.
IT के ऊपर अब आप बैंकिंग डोमेन नहीं नहीं जानते हैं तो आप जाके उसको सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करेंगे तो आपको क्या फायदा होगा बताइए, राइट?
जी अच्छा,
तो
जी जी जी।
साइबर सिक्योरिटी इज, या बेसिकली जैसे फिजिकल सिक्योरिटी आपके बैंक है, राइट? वैसे साइबर
ओके सर,
सिक्योरिटी इज नथिंग बट सिक्योरिटी ऑफ एनी और आईटी एसेट्स। आईटी एसेट्स क्या हो सकते हैं? कंप्यूटर हो सकता है, आपका डेटा हो सकता है, आपके फाइल्स हो सकते हैं, आपके बिजनेस डॉक्यूमेंट्स हो सकते हैं। नो, हाउ डू यू प्रोटेक्ट दैट? That's where cybersecurity comes into picture. Now, cybersecurity is a very, very vast field. अगर आप
ओके
जाएंगे तो
सर,
उसमें इतने सारे डोमेन्स हैं कि हम खुद परेशान हो जाते हैं कि ये रिक्वायरमेंट आया कंपनी से, इसको इसको सिक्योर करना पड़ेगा, इस तरीके से करना पड़ेगा। तो
ओके
यू
सर,
हैव टू लर्न द आईटी बिजनेस और आईटी थिंग्स एंड बेसिकली आप जा सकते हो बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी वर्कड इन ए डोमेन, राइट? यू हैव ऑलरेडी
यस यस
एक्सपीरियंस इन ए डोमेन, इलेक्ट्रिकल
यस
डोमेन। अब इलेक्ट्रिकल
यस,
डोमेन के सिक्योरिटी चैलेंजेस क्या है?
जी सर,
उस सिक्योरिटी चैलेंजेस को आप हैंडल कैसे करते हैं? यू कैन रिलेट दैट इवन टू आईटी। अगर मैं आईटी में जाऊंगा, मैं इसको साइबर सिक्योरिटी करूंगा, आप
ओके
इंफॉर्मेशन सिक्योरिटी है, नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी है, एंड लॉट ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज आर देयर, राइट? दिस इज ऑल
यस
कम्स
सर,
अंडर डोमेन ऑफ साइबर सिक्योरिटी। तो उसमें पर्टिकुलर एरिया आपको सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा एंड वो
ओके सर,
एरिया आपके एरिया से कोरिलेट होगा। जैसा फॉर एग्जांपल आप
ओके
इलेक्ट्रिकल
सर,
में काम करते हो, इलेक्ट्रिकल में
जी
आपको
सर,
सिक्योरिटी चैलेंजेस क्या है? आईटी में सिक्योरिटी चैलेंजेस हैं, अच्छा वहां पर इस तरीके से सिक्योरिटी, इसको थोड़ा सा ट्वीक करके ऐसा करेंगे तो साइबर सिक्योरिटी और इंफॉर्मेशन सिक्योरिटी हो जाएगा। तो यू नीड टू चूज दैट पर्टिकुलर फील्ड एंड देन गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड, लेकिन थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा।
ओके
यू नीड
ओके
टू
सर,
परसिवर एंड बी पेशेंट अबाउट इट। ओके?
ओके सर,
जी जी, ठीक है।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक
नो
यू।
प्रॉब्लम, वेलकम जी। Any other, any, can I change my career from finance to IT after age 40? Yes, obviously you can. Jubair Pinjari has messaged me. See, every finance has an associated software. Any finance has an associated software. You not necessarily have to come into IT. You learn the software of that particular finance domain of what you're working and try to switch yourself. That would be the best thing that you can do. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल अब मैं जिस कंपनी में काम करता हूँ, रियल एस्टेट है, रियल एस्टेट का हम ऑपरेशन हैंडल करने के लिए हमारे पास कई सॉफ्टवेयर हैं। तो एक बंदा रियल एस्टेट ऑपरेशंस में काम कर रहा था, ही लर्नड दैट सॉफ्टवेयर दैट माय कंपनी यूजेस एंड ही बिकेम एन एक्सपर्ट इन दैट सॉफ्टवेयर। नो, ही स्विच्ड इनटू दैट सॉफ्टवेयर हैंडलिंग ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्ट। तो वट एवर फाइनेंस है, आप जिस फाइनेंस का एक्सपीरियंस आप बात कर रहे हो, सी वेल what the associated softwares are there, get to become an expert in that particular software and then you can switch it out. I hope I answered. जी ठीक है। आई एम म्यूटिंग फॉर some people. Give me a minute, please. I'm muting some people. Let me answer a few questions. So I have completed my engineering in 2014. I was not able to pursue my career. Now I have a gap of 8 years. I have done course in Python and software testing. I'm not getting any interview. I'm applying for jobs, but not able to get the call. If you can help, is there something I should work on? This is given by a person. Okay. See, this is very common, right? Not everybody who does engineering will go and land do the job in that particular engineering stream. Many people do business, right? बिजनेस के लिए ब्रेक लेते हैं, बिजनेस में जाते हैं एंड बिजनेस में फेल हो जाते हैं एंड दे वांट टू कम बैक इनटू आईटी। दिस इज वेरी कॉमन। ऑब्वियसली आप ये क्लेम नहीं कर सकते कि आई ग्रेजुएटेड इन 2014, नाउ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 2023, 9 years ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस आप नहीं बोल सकते। आप यही बोल सकते हैं कि आई वाज इन ए पर्टिकुलर डोमेन फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर टाइम। आई वाज इन, से सपोज बिजनेस डोमेन में था, मैं अपना ओन बिजनेस कर रहा था, रिटेल बिजनेस कर रहा था। आई एम लर्नड IT, I am learning testing and Python, and I have experience of 1 year. So you will be treated as a 1 year experience guy, not 9 years experience guy. Obviously आपका जो 8 years का experience है वो कहीं नहीं जाएगा, वो काम आएगा। वो काम कब आएगा? जब आप कंपनी में दाखिल होगे तो आपको काम आएगा, इंटरव्यू देते वक्त आपको काम आएगा, बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी have 8 years of some experience, and that experience is the most important thing that can any person gain. Obviously, आप 8 साल घर पे तो बैठे नहीं होंगे, you would have done something else, right? जो भी आप काम करे होंगे उसका एक्सपीरियंस आपको काम आएगा, बट टू क्लेम a job in an interview for an IT, you have to claim only 1 or 2 years of experience, as simple as that. ठीक है? I hope I answered that question. That is one. There is one more question. I'm 2023 batch of CSC. Tried a lot to get full-time job in IT sector, but I'm not able to make it yet. I have to got an opportunity from CDAC as an intern. My question is, what technology should I explore as per the current market trend? You are most lucky, Ritika. You got an opportunity as an intern, right? तो आप जो इंटर्नशिप में आप काम कर रहे हो, go and do that internship. In that particular, while doing that internship, get to understand how things are working, what are the opportunities out there, and whatever you are able to, whatever job you are given, try to learn most of the things. You are most fortunate. You got an intern. You will not be pressurized for deliverables. You will be like treated as a student because you are an intern. Lekin, but work as a full time. Get to understand. Spend some time. And learn the business, learn the domain, and you will be automatically hired into some full time position. Okay. So wherever you are working, get to understand the domain and put all your efforts out there. Okay. But if you are a student, you cannot compromise on student subjects, right? You have to clear out that exams if you're still not passed out. Okay. I hope I clear, Ritika. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
वालेकुम सलाम जी, बोलिए.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I have like 2.6 year of experience as a DevOps profile,
जी.
but I'm struggling to get a job. I am getting the interview call, but after the one round of interview, I'm not like getting the second round, the slot. The and interview
मतलब
the
you are
first round will.
rejected. मतलब you
Yeah,
are
no,
rejected.
I'm not getting even the feedback as well.
Nobody will give you the feedback. You need to take,
Yeah,
if you are not getting
yes.
feedback, you have to, it's a simple thing. मैं select नहीं हुआ हूँ. So you need to, that's what I said, right? After interview, after you get rejected, note down all the questions that you have written. Try to
No,
meet a person.
interview, the first round is going on very well, but after
जी,
that, I'm not getting any feedback. Even I
सिंपल सी
call
बात
the
है ना
HR,
बेटा.
HR said,
सिंपल सी
sorry.
बात है. अगर आपको इंटरव्यू कॉल नहीं आ रहा है सेकंड राउंड, तो आप फर्स्ट राउंड में फेल हो चुके हैं, राइट? मोस्ट ऑफ द कंपनीज डोंट गिव फीडबैक. कोई इक्का दुक्का होता है कि दे विल गिव यू फीडबैक कि आप ये अच्छा नहीं करे, दिस इज व्हाट यू. बट आई एम टेलिंग यू, 99% of the interviews will not give feedback. If you are not get a call, see there are multiple reasons. अगर इस टाइम में आप बात कर रहे हो, market is very constrained. Market is going through rough times, right? So
This is right now.
right now, आज के मतलब पिछले 2-3 महीने से 4 महीने से, right? Market situation is tight. तो थोड़ा कई सारे कंपनीज पोजीशंस होल्ड पे रखे हुए हैं. There may be two
Okay.
different things. They may be still evaluating, or they may be still looking for better candidate. ऐसा भी हो सकता है, right? I mean, immediately आज इंटरव्यू होगा, कल आपको फीडबैक नहीं मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा. कभी कभी 3-4 हफ्ते लग जाते हैं हमारे को एक 10 कैंडिडेट इंटरव्यू करने के लिए. तो 3-4 हफ्ते तक आपको लिम्बो में रखेंगे, हो सकता है. तो आपको मालूम भी नहीं होगा. आप समझ रहे हो मेरा फेल हो गया, हो सकता है आपको कोई और अच्छा कैंडिडेट ढूंढ रहे हैं. जब 3-4 हफ्ते के बाद नहीं मिला, then they may call you back for a second round of an interview. But even after that, you are not getting thing as simple as that. You have not given good interview in the first round. You need to improve. तो जो जो क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं आप जाके वेरीफाई करो. कोई डेवऑप्स बंदे को पकड़ो जो ऑलरेडी काम कर रहा है, उससे बात करो and see what are the things, how is my knowledge, analyze that knowledge, get to get that feedback from a DevOps guy. कोई ना कोई आपको मिल जाएंगे, बहुत सारे लोग आराम से सपोर्ट करेंगे, बट गेट दैट फीडबैक फ्रॉम एन एक्सपीरियंस्ड पर्सन. ठीक है. बट
Yes, sir.
आज
But I
आजकल
have.
का मार्केट सिचुएशन टाइट है. बहुत सारे बंदों को बहुत टफ इंटरव्यूज हो रहे हैं. पहले क्या था, जब अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत ज्यादा होती है ना, तो थोड़ा सा भी नॉलेज मिल जाएगा तो आराम से ले लेंगे. जब मार्केट सिचुएशन टाइट होता है ना, तो इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस टफ हो जाएगा, और वही बंदा जो ज्यादा नॉलेजेबल है, अच्छा होगा, उसी को लेंगे. यू हैव टू फेस. ओके. बट डेवऑप्स
Okay.
इज अ वेरी वेरी हैपनिंग एरिया. सो डोंट गेट डिसहार्टेड. जॉब मिलेगा तो बहुत अच्छा जॉब मिलेगा, लेकिन ट्राई करते रहो। अपने
सर
अपने अपने फेल्यूर्स को, अपने मिस्टेक्स को नोट करो, एंड यू नीड टू करेक्ट योर मिस्टेक्स इन द इंटरव्यू। गॉट इट?
यस सर, बट कभी कभी ऐसा होता है सर, मतलब कि क्या ये बीपीओ में ज्वाइन कर लिया, ऐसा होता है कभी फैमिली प्रेशर की वजह से?
कभी क्या डीपीए मतलब समझाने में?
फैमिली प्रेशर की वजह से कभी बीपीओ कॉल सेंटर ज्वाइन कर लिया, क्या ऐसा होता है?
फाइनेंशियल प्रेशर नहीं है तो कर लीजिए ना। फाइनेंशियल डिपेंडेंसी नहीं है, फाइनेंशियली पीपल आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन यू, पेरेंट्स कैन सपोर्ट यू। आई मीन लगे रहो थोड़ा बहुत। आई मीन इट विल, अभी एक से सिंपल ह्यूमन मेंटालिटी है, एक बार पैसा हाथ में आ जाएगा, मेहनत निकल जाएगी। आप डेवॉप्स में गए हैं, डेवॉप्स इज अ वेरी हैपनिंग फील्ड एंड इट्स आल्सो अ टफ फील्ड टू क्रैक, यू नो। आप लगे रहो, सिंपल सी बात है, कोशिश करो। एक टाइम पे यू आर नॉट एबल टू, यू नो, you know, financial burden is becoming a must, then you can think about, you know, going into BPO. BPO कभी भी जा सकते हैं, right? But you know, थोड़ा सब्र करो, भरोसा रखो इंशाल्लाह। ठीक है, अपने आप को करेक्ट करते रहो, अपने आप को इम्प्रूव करते रहो। That's all I can say. Okay? I said after masters in US, $10 मेरे हाथ में थे, एक साल में बैठा था, खाने को पैसे नहीं थे, घर को फोन करने को पैसे नहीं थे। ना, you go through that situations, but don't get disheartened, इंशाल्लाह मिल जाएगी। ठीक है? Okay. Sir, please talk about data analyst and data science. I have 8 years of experience long gap after my MCA. When I think I feel interest in data field, I also have degree in mathematics. Please guide me. बहुत अच्छी field है, mathematics है, आप data analyst हैं. As I said, this all about, you know, producing reports and understanding data and all those things. आप कोई database का, as I said, like, you know, you want to go into data analyst or data science. इसके requirements ढूंढो. Same thing, I don't need to repeat again, but you know, whatever position you are going into, data analyst कई सारे technologies पे मुश्तमिल है, right? वो particular requirements को figure out करो and get to learn one set of tools that are used in data science and data analyst, and then get to do it. Data analyst कुछ भी नहीं है, it's basically like how that sales, uh, uh, one lady had asked about sales, right? I mean, simple as that. You need to understand the requirement of that company, requirement of that business, understand the data, and then try to produce a product out of that, whether in terms of a reports, whether in terms of a product that helps the business. It's all those things. So, you know, uh, find that about it, inshallah. Okay. Shams, working in a software company last 20 years, I'm trying to change job in the same field, but not get any calls even after applying to many job opportunities, LinkedIn and other sites. As I told you, right? I mean, the more experienced you have, the more heavy you become, right? I mean, right now, market is going through a very tough situation. You may not get immediate calls. Once you get calls, you have to have that knowledge to face that interview. Maybe you have come into comfort zone. 22 years एक ही company में काम कर रहे हैं. I worked in a company for 17 years. I went into a comfort zone, right? You know, most of the people who work in the same company, they come into comfort zone. तो इट्स नॉर्मल चीज है। यू नीड टू, अब आप एक इंटरव्यूअर के मोड में सोचिए, यू नो, डोंट थिंक अबाउट योर एस्पेक्ट, थिंक अबाउट ऑन द अदर लाइन हु इज इंटरव्यूइंग यू, एम आई फुलफिलिंग द नीड्स ऑफ द पर्सन हु इज गिविंग मी इंटरव्यू और नॉट। उससे सोच के आप अपना ट्राई करिए। ठीक है? Wasim, I'm currently working as in automation by scripting, 2 years of experience. I want to grow my career in product-based companies and work development. Will they hire me with this experience? Please advise me. UI automation बहुत अच्छी चीज है। I mean, right now, as I said, right? I mean, there is a demand for each and everything. Continue as long as you are not product-based company, service-based company. Don't think about those lines. Job है, काम कर रहे हैं. Try to increase the scope of your knowledge wherever you are. Try to apply for the positions. If you get, well and fine. If you not, you're not losing anything, right? मेंटल प्रेशर में मत आइए, मुझे प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी में ही जाना है, जहां पर काम मिल रहा है कर रहे हैं, अच्छी जॉब है तो कंटिन्यू करिए, जब अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला, जब जहां पर मिला, गेट टू स्विच टू दैट कंपनी. Everybody has this dream of working in a product based company. You can but don't restrict yourself. प्रोडक्ट में कम करने से आपका आपका स्टार्स नहीं आएंगे, एक्सपीरियंस से स्टार आएगा. कहीं पर भी काम करो आपको स्टार मिल जाएगा. ठीक है. Okay, Zuri, I have done my BTech in Biotech 2019, did my MA in English. I'm in full-time teaching position in international school. Planning to switch to IT soon. I was suggested to get my breakthrough testing and eventually find my way through that. I'm interested in CLM, SaaS tools and work in that sector. But apps like DocuSign and Agilent are not free. Are they only licensed through companies? What do you suggest for me? Uh, this is
Tabassum, you
completely...
can talk, Tabassum.
Ji? Hello?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम रियाज भाई.
वालेकुम सलाम जी. हाँ.
हाँ, ये जो क्वेश्चन है माय सिस्टर हैज पुट, सो आई जस्ट टोल्ड हर यू कैन पुट अक्रॉस. शी हैज लॉट ऑफ डाउट. समबडी हैव टोल्ड हर टू गेट इनटू टेस्टिंग. शी इज वेरी गुड इनटू, शी इज डन अ बीई एंड ये शी इज इनटू मास्टर्स. तो अभी समबडी शी डजंट नो कौन से फील्ड में जाना है करके, तो शी स्पोक रैंडमली टू 2-3 पीपल. और जो वो कोर्स के नाम भी बोल को ही उनको कौन की बोल को हिंसो ऐसा करको, बट उनको उसका अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है. तो आई डोंट वांट, शी इज माय सिस्टर, आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू अ फील्ड, मतलब पूरा कोर्स कर को फिर लेटर शी गेट्स टू नो.
हाँ.
हाँ,
हाँ.
तो इंशाल्लाह मैं बोली तुम्हारे साथ.
बीई है, बायोटेक है. बायोटेक इज ए यूनिक फील्ड. फिर एमए इंग्लिश भी है. आई वुड सिंसियरली सजेस्ट टू गो इनटू बायोटेक इटसेल्फ. मे बी आज के जमाने में थोड़ा मुश्किल है, एज आई एम टोल्ड यू, राइट. आई मीन लॉट ऑफ कंपनीज, लॉट ऑफ मार्केट्स आर अफेक्टेड बाय द वॉर व्हाट इज हैपनिंग आउट देयर. So right now the position, the market position is tough. Keep I would sincerely suggest not to go into any other field, right? Look
जी
for a job in the biotech itself, because biotech is a combination of engineering and medicine, hai wo, right? I mean, that's a unique position. I mean, if you are coming to here come into testing and ये सारे टूल्स हैं, ये कोई भी कर सकता है. इंजीनियरिंग करके आप इतनी अच्छी फील्ड में करके आप इधर आना, आई वोंट सजेस्ट.
जो
बट
लोग
इफ यू आर...
बायोटेक के बाद उनको बायोटेक में पसंद नहीं आया करको, शी डिड हर मास्टर्स एंड उन्होंने टीचिंग में एमए करके टीचिंग में मूव हुए. लेकिन अब टीचिंग में है ना, करियर ग्रोथ इज नॉट देयर. तो शी
ओके.
इज प्लानिंग टू गेट इनटू ये आईटी, ताकि थोड़ा शी वांट्स लाइक अ लाइफ ऑफ लिविंग. एंड जो भी ये है, एज अ टीचर ना जॉब सैलरी वाइज भी कुछ
आईटी
मिलता
में लाइफ
रहेगा.
ऑफ लिविंग नहीं है, आई एम टेलिंग यू.
जी.
आईटी में पैसा है, लिविंग नहीं है. बहुत
हाँ वो
मुश्किल है जॉब. हाँ.
जी.
तो आ, आप एक काम करिए, मुझे लिंक्डइन में मैसेज करिए. मे बी वी कैन
ठीक है,
टॉक later on,
ठीक
because
है
this is a
डेफिनेटली.
unique position. It cannot
जी
be just guided just like that. Okay. So
ठीक.
understood, sir. Thanks for everyone. I want to know the answer of my silly question below. What I want to know from you is a data science field will grow in coming years. Yes, data science बहुत अच्छा है. बहुत सारी चीजें, I told you, right? Lot of companies are going through digital transformation. Digital transformation is about data. डेटा से आपको मिलेगा, पूरा चीज होगा. Pursue that field. I mean, no doubt about it. Okay. But you may need to select the right tools and then master those tools. अब एक रिपोर्ट बनाने के लिए कई सारे टूल्स हैं, कई सारे डेटाबेसेस हैं. तो एक सेट ऑफ स्टैक आप सेलेक्ट करिए, उसमें अपॉर्चुनिटी देखिए, नौकरी.com में जाके देखिए कि इस सेट ऑफ टूल्स में कितने पोजीशंस पूछ रहे हैं. आपको अंदाजा होगा कि अच्छा, मैं ये टूल्स लूंगा तो यहाँ पर मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी, आप वो परस्यू कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. ओके. आई एम फ्रॉम ए मैकेनिकल बैकग्राउंड. नाउ आई हैव स्किल्ड माई सेल्फ इन IT. So can you suggest me what steps should I do next? Is it good or not? This whole session is about what next steps to do from a non-IT background, right? If you have I mean, it's all up to you. आपको क्या समझ में आता है, कौन सा चूज करेंगे, क्या मेहनत करेंगे, इट्स ऑल अप टू यू. ओके. सर, जॉब के लिए इंग्लिश टॉकिंग जरूरी है क्या? यस, कम्युनिकेशन इज ए मस्ट. नॉट नेसेसरली इंग्लिश. टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश भी कर लेते हैं, बट यू आर गुड एट नॉलेज, यू कैन गुड। मेरे पास हमारी कंपनी में एक बंदा है, कीवर्ड्स में बात करता है, यू नो, बट द कम्युनिकेशन इज वेरी बेसिक, इफ आई हैव टू से, बट मैसेज कन्वे हो जाता है। कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गया, वो प्रॉब्लम का मैसेज में करता है। मे बी ही इज नॉट गुड एट लाइक typing or talking in a full-fledged English, but he conveys that message. So communication is essential and necessary. Okay, so that is one thing. Anything else? Yeah, I know we have taken a lot of time. Any more questions?
Yes, sir. I have one question that
Ji.
we can joining in any kind of institution, like we can practice over on our own and we can give any kind of interviews, or is it must that we should join a institute for that?
No, you don't need to join an institute. You don't uh, need to go there. But one thing you need is discipline of learning, everyday learning. कोर्स आप कहीं पर भी कर सकते हो, यूडेमी है, आप यूट्यूब में है, कोर्सेरा है, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ साइट्स दैट
So
ऑफर
I'm
कोर्सेस।
one more doubt is that, like, what are the requirements that a company required? So how will I get to know about that?
आप naukri.com में जाके आप ढूंढोगे तो पूरा रिक्वायरमेंट आपको मिल जाएगा। यू नीड टू हैव दिस रिक्वायरमेंट, यू नीड टू डू दिस एबिलिटी, यू नीड टू हैव दिस कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, ये सारी चीजें आपको मिल जाएंगे। तो वो आप naukri.com में पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन के लिए आप ढूंढ रहे हैं, वो पोजीशन के रिक्वायरमेंट मिल जाएंगे। उस रिक्वायरमेंट के लिहाज से आप अपने आप को तैयारी करना पड़ेगा। ठीक है,
Like what I need to select?
The two people talking. Yeah,
Okay.
you are asking
Just
something? जी.
we need to go to naukri.com. I need to give it a search for
Positions का requirements आप देखिए, and then उस
Okay.
requirements में you can get to understand what are the requirements that are coming there and prepare for that. Okay? Yeah. Thank you. The next person, please. जी.
Sir, how to get a job like other country IT job?
Come again.
How to get a job in IT, like IT job in other countries? How to search, like Dubai and other country?
Which country are you talking about?
Like Dubai, like if someone like looking for a job in IT field in the Dubai country, how to search and how to look that opportunity?
I don't know. Practically speaking, I haven't searched, but many people get requirements from other countries. I don't know how they get. Since I have not thought about switching to Dubai or somewhere, I never thought about it. But many people go and land jobs over there. So हो सकता है there may be specific job sites on particular Dubai का हो, Saudi का हो, the host, I mean, jobs will be provided, or placement companies हैं, get in touch with placement companies and understand, like, can you help me out in placements in this particular country for this particular domain? They should be able to help you out. Okay, but I don't have much experience in that. My knowledge is very limited on that particular part. Okay, sorry for that.
Hello,
Any
sir.
next?
Yes, sir.
Ji.
This is Ikram, sir.
Ji.
Ikram from ISP. Sir, I have resigned from the job and I'm moving to the new technology. I have started a new IT company, also a registered one, but still
Ji.
it's not working. I want to shift to the new technology. So I was just thinking that how it will be, how to cope up with the young minds, whether it will be going with the scratch, or it should be I should join it in the middle.
Go from scratch, go start in the middle. What exactly is from scratch? What exactly?
I am moving to the new technology, so
Okay.
there will be, I need to start with the scratch, means what, from the programming level. So how to cope up with the young minds, and because having a good experience.
See, there are two different things. You already have an experience. One of the greatest advantage you have is experience. Okay. But obviously you cannot compete with the young minds, that are coming out fresh out of the college. Their way of thinking, their way of doing work is much faster than how you do, how you think, right?
Yes.
But that's वो जैसा बोलते हैं ना, जवान खून है, वो hot blood है, The one thing they lack is experience and knowledge and attitude and dealing with things.
Yes.
End of the day, knowledge अकेला नहीं है. Once you land into the company, there are a lot of things that matter. Your way of dealing things matter. Your way of convincing things matter. Your way of communicating things matter. Your way of handling people matters. So these are all the experiences that you have. But if you're thinking about switching into a new technology, obviously the essential knowledge and the requirement to crack the to provide a solution for a problem with that new technology is something that you need to think about and focus on those lines. ठीक है, बाकी का आपके पास already experience है. You went through a lot of troubles, right? I mean, you went through a lot of challenges. Every challenge will provide you some opportunity. दुआ करते रहिए, that will come to your rescue at one point of time or not. Your experience is not going anywhere. That is your major strength, if I have to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you. Sure. Anybody else?
Assalamu alaikum.
Islam.
Yeah, like I'm in the IT industry itself, like in the IT company. What I need to know about upskilling our skills. Like we will be strict to particular skills, whatever that company is using. Okay, but if you want to upskill parallelly the other skills which are trending in the market, so what are the suggestions for that?
See, for you, whatever you're working, right? I mean,
Yes.
try to look at the neighboring technologies that are working with your current technology. Okay.
Yeah.
And concentrate on that.
Okay.
Learn that. Okay. Don't learn anything new which is not at all related to what you're working.
Okay.
There is always a mix of softwares out there that are interdependent on each other. So if you're working on a particular software and you're not happy with that, learn a particular dependent technology that somebody else on your on the next team or your team members are working it out, and you can learn that. That way, you are not completely out of sync. You are able to correlate, and you will able to understand the dependencies, and you should be able to manipulate your requirements and also the interviews.
Okay. Means same type of skills. If any other department in the same company, we have to concentrate on that.
Exactly. अब जैसा फॉर एग्जांपल एक .NET में SQL सर्वर में यूज कर रहा है और उसमें टेस्टिंग आप कर रहे हो, राइट? टेस्टिंग के रिलेटेड आपका डेटाबेस का नॉलेज आप हासिल कर लोगे तो यू कैन बी एबल टू टेस्ट मोर इनटू डेटाबेस सेट, डेटा सेट वैलिडेशन आपको हो जाएगा, राइट? सो दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग, एन एग्जांपल मैं बता रहा हूँ. ठीक है.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Anybody else?
हेलो
हेलो जी. हाँ.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम रियाज
वालेकुम सलाम जी.
जी actually I need some guidance in pursuing my career. Actually I have just got a permanent job. I landed this internship in a cloud services company of hand servers. So I just got permanent last month. Currently, I'm in the position of a Linux system administrator, but I'm finding it hard. I'm facing challenges with picking up things. I'm a bit slow in this, but as you said previously in this seminar, that you have to be persistent, and my family is also supportive that I'm choosing this and pursuing this career. So actually, every time I think about this, a question pops up in my mind regarding my future path. Path as in
I understand.
Four of my seniors from.
Yeah, I understand your problem.
Yeah.
See, you first thing is you need to be आप शुक्रगुजार रहो, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आपको मिल गया है जॉब, ठीक है? Now you are facing difficulties in that job. The difficulty is simple knowledge. Gain the knowledge of that particular thing that you are working. Simple. उसका कोर्स लो, कोर्स में नहीं उडेमी जाओ, कोर्सेरा जाओ, लॉट ऑफ साइट्स आर देयर, या यूट्यूब में सर्च मारो, इतने सारे कोर्सेज आपको निकलेंगे, फ्री में आप बैठ के पढ़ सकते हो. बट स्पेंड टाइम लर्निंग द थिंग्स दैट यू आर वर्किंग. उससे बाहर मत सोचिए आप, सिंपल. ठीक है?
Yes, I've already started learning Linux for the past 2 weeks. As I said, I'm finding it difficult, but I'm being persistent
Difficult
about
if
it.
you don't know. If you know, it becomes easy. So learn, as simple.
And in future, before I landed this internship, I was interested in the field of data science, like data analyst and a database administrator. I was interested in that. So
See, I'll tell you one
currently,
thing. Whatever you have got, right? Just focus on it. Simple as that. Now times are very bad. Don't think about switching career. Don't leave the existing job. Learn that job, even if it is difficult. Difficult में आप महारत करेंगे तो you become an expert. Simple. What is the guarantee that you come into data science and you don't understand? How will you tackle that problem? You might find आज मार्केट में डेटा साइंस का बहुत बोलबाला है. Everybody is data science, data scientist, data analyst. सब डेटा बोल रहे हैं. What is the guarantee that you face problem tomorrow? You'll not think about switching to something else. So my simple suggestion is don't think about anything. Whatever you are learning, get to master that area that you are working. Don't think about anything else. As simple as that. Linux administrator बहुत डिमांड में है. DevOps में Linux का आप करोगे, automation कर दोगे, कई सारी चीजें. You will be sought after. But learning is important. Like unless and until you don't learn it, you'll face it difficult, right? My simple suggestion, don't think about anything else. Learn what you are doing, learn about Linux, learn about the internals of Linux, and उसमें मास्टर महारत हासिल करो. आप मास्टर बनो उसमें. आपको इतना आपका सैलरी बढ़ेगी कि people will start envying you. But this is your difficult time. You need to put effort to learn that. ठीक है? ठीक है. Don't think about anything else. You got a job. You need to be very happy with that. Most people are even looking for a job here. जी. Okay. ठीक. Yeah. Anybody else? Islam. जी.
I mean, as I've heard, like the IT, the industry is not well as per your comment. So is it not good to switch the current job? That's what you mean?
As of now, it's tight. But हालात ऊपर नीचे होते रहते हैं.
Yep.
पैंडेमिक में हालात डाउन हो गए थे. पैंडेमिक के बाद बूमिंग हुआ. कल के दिन वार रुक गया तो people will start investing things. People have put down their hold on money, right? It's normal. Every market will go up and down. Now it is on hold. Down नहीं हो रहा है, hold पे है. रिसर्च पे होल्ड पे है. थोड़ा बहुत एक्स्ट्रा प्रोजेक्ट्स पे होल्ड पे है. दैट्स व्हाई हायरिंग इज ऑन होल्ड. Hiring is on hold. Hiring has not stopped.
Yeah.
They're just looking at analyzing things. If you want to switch career, learn those things. Maybe 8 months में 6 months में खुल सकता है. Who knows?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So,
जी.
that's
ठीक. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a question.
जी. हाँ.
Okay. I have lots of experience, more than 10 years.
जी.
But most of the time, I have not been working on the technology that I like. And I'm still also in the current project where, okay, there's a lot of potential to grow and lots of learning is happening. But that's not exactly I want to work. So internally, how do I switch without, losing the rapport and because I will be needing references or any other role I want to perform. I want to have good recommendation from my current managers or the team.
See, I shared you about one thing called mindset, right? आपका माइंडसेट का प्रॉब्लम है. बस सिंपल सी बात है. आप जो काम कर रहे हो उससे खुश रहो. सिंपल सी बात है. फिर आप you'll become an expert into that.
See,
बहुत सारों के दिमाग में होता है कि मुझे जो टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम करना था मैं वो नहीं काम कर रहा हूँ. मुझे ये पसंद नहीं है. I had that feeling when I started my career. I was pure Java. I learned Java. I worked on Java for 3 years, but the first job I got was in databases. I was not happy with the databases. But turned out that after 2 years when I wanted to switch to Java, मैं 6 months में भूल गया मैं Java. 6 months में 3 साल काम करने के बाद. Okay. So
Correct.
but later on when I realized मुझे जॉब चली गई 2 साल के बाद and I wanted to switch back to Java, I realized कि मेरा जो experience जो 2 साल में आया है, that is the best experience I got and I need to put my effort into that. And
I see.
after 1 month of wasted time on learning Java again, I dumped Java again. I learned, I put my energy to learn the things that I learned in the 2 years, basically databases, and I was able to get job within a month.
Mhm.
Basically mindset है. मैं वो तकलीफ के बाद I changed my mindset, and then I said I'm good at this, or you know I'm destined. I was destined to get this job. I got this job, so there is some good in this. Just that I need to put in my efforts to become a master into this field. And I put in that effort, learn that knowledge, and you become an expert in that particular area. If some problem comes, everybody would say, okay, contact this person because he is an expert in this area. You need to gain knowledge till that level. Okay? It's a continuous learning process. आप थोड़ा सा mindset change करो, ये सारे प्रॉब्लम्स आपको डील नहीं करना पड़ेगा. यू विल बिकम एक्सपर्ट इन द करंट प्लेस वेर यू आर एंड यू विल गेट ऑल द रेफरेंसेस, यू विल गेट ऑल द थिंग्स दैट यू आर. सिंपल.
Great advice, yeah, bhai. Thanks.
श्योर श्योर. जी, एनीबॉडी एल्स?
Hi, Asrar here.
जी.
I am currently working in outsourcing. I just wanted to switch my job in IT sector. Can you please help me any courses regarding the career?
सी बहुत सारे चीजें हैं. आपको क्या सूट होगा क्या नहीं सूट होगा आप खुद जानते हैं. My session was about a high level direction as to what you can switch to, but the personality, taste, attitude, लाइकिंग डिसलाइकिंग आप ही जान सकते हो. राइट. आप कौन से चीज में आउटसोर्सिंग में है, आउटसोर्सिंग रिलेटेड सॉफ्टवेयर्स हैं कोई है, या आउटसोर्सिंग रिलेटेड में कोई, आई डोंट नो, लाइक लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट वेरिड जॉब रोल्स आउट देयर. आप अपना खुद एनालिसिस करो, and because you already have an existing job, you don't need to worry about it. Just you might need to spend on a daily basis, analyze yourself, analyze your taste, interest, and likings and dislikings, and then up pursue. That's all I can say. ठीक है?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody? I have 9 years of experience in HVAC sales, but I am not stick to any company for more than 3 months. In last 1 year, was frequently have to change due to company's pressure, and now planning to switch IT. How can I manage the interview about the multiple PF accounts? आप pressure handle नहीं करोगे तो IT में कैसे handle करोगे pressure? See, that's what I said, right? Once you get into a company, getting a job is easy, but sustaining that job is the most difficult part. So if you are able to get jobs, if you are able to get that company, start working in that company. Don't switch that out. Pressure deal karo. That's what the experience is about, right? I mean, you have to learn to deal with your superiors, with your colleagues, with the ups and downs of your business demands. And then that is what the experience you will not gain anywhere. I'm telling you, you will not learn through books. You will learn through, working in the field. And you are working in the field and you are not able to cope up the pressure. You need to have that attitude of coping up with the pressure. मे बी आप अपने फील्ड के जो जो ऑलरेडी काम कर रहे हैं उनसे बात करो कि इस तरीके का प्रेशर आएगा तो मैं कैसा डील करना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज प्रेशर इज सेम. यहाँ पर आपको ये काम करो बोलेंगे, वहां पर वो काम करो बोलेंगे. प्रेशर इज सेम. आप यहाँ वहाँ आपके अपने फील्ड में जो आप उसमें एक्सपीरियंस्ड हैं उसका प्रेशर आप डील नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो आप आईटी में आओगे, आपका नया फील्ड होगा, आपको उसके उसके बारे में यू डोंट नो the you are not an expert in that particular IT field and you come into that and you will be forced, you will be pressurized to get deliverables. आप कैसे डील करोगे? So for you, I suggest Yahya, you have to learn to deal with that pressures. Talk to your seniors or superiors or colleagues in your domain. See how they are handling it. Start working on it. Have a decent working job. Don't think about it. You already know the knack of that area that you are working. Once you are comfortable with that, take out daily time on a daily basis. 1 hour आप 1 घंटा निकालो, आधा घंटा निकालो, पढ़ना शुरू करो, फिर switch करने का सोचो. But that experience is something that you will have to learn. You will have to deal with it. ठीक है? Okay, that's a suggestion for Ria here. I worked as a technical support with 8 years in data. Wanted to join as a data analyst. Is it okay to pursue? Of course, it is okay to pursue. Just see your interest, join courses or take courses, learn on a daily basis, and get it done. Okay. Sir, I'm a graduate BA female. My reading and writing is too good, but I can't talk English. Which job is suitable for me? I don't understand. How are you able to read and write but not talking? Join English speaking course. Correct your pronunciations. If you are very good at reading and writing, then why can't you talk it out? you know Maybe you need to improve on that particular area. There are a lot of jobs that requires you to talk. you know I am an engineering background. My job is to actually code, but I talk 6 to 7 hours a day. you know so my job is IT, but I have to talk. So if you are able to talk, lot of things can get done. The only problem is if you are not able to talk. Okay, get to improve your talking abilities. Go and join some speech course or somewhere. You have to improve that. Okay, data science needs support engineers who are good in system and management Linux. Stop talking other languages and your English will speak. Yes, that's a very good suggestion. You have to start talking in English with others. Most of the things, most of the people, especially in colleges, लड़के अपने आप को एक दूसरे से इंग्लिश बात करने में कमी महसूस करते हैं. You need to start talking English with your colleagues or with your other things. Okay, I have that questions. Anybody else? Is digital internship valued? Any internship is valued, right? As long as you're working and you're able to prove your experience, it is valued. Just that you need to prove that your experience, you have that experience. You can always manipulate the roles and responsibilities and job responsibilities. But if you are able to prove a particular job that you have working, that sitting at home or wherever you are, you are good into that particular thing. Okay. I think we have reached the top of the hour. Okay. Mubashir, is it also applied to just passed out? Yes. पास आउट के लिए तो टाइम ही टाइम है. आप आराम से फुल टाइम कोर्स ज्वाइन करके अपना एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ाओ, इंशाल्लाह हो जाएगा. ठीक है. तो दिस इज आई मीन आई हैव स्टार्ट this is where we'll stop. Okay. Just for the sake, let me stop my share thing. Okay. In the invite there is this my LinkedIn link is there. Go and add me as your contact. If you have any questions, put a message on there. I would be able to reply back at my convenience. As I said, I'm not very active, but whenever I get a chance, I would try to give an answer and I will be able to guide you, inshallah. Okay. And this MFID platform, there are a lot of other people out there. If you have any questions, openly ask your questions on that platform. And we have multiple WhatsApp groups. Ask your questions and you will be able to get your answers, inshallah. Okay. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you participate. I know we have taken a lot of time, but because this is an essential career guidance kind of a thing, we have taken up this much time, and I appreciate all of you taking out time to stay back. Thank you very much. Inshallah, anything else we'll meet later. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.